Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Longview Lobo football. It's 2025, finally, for the first game of the season. Chuck, Zach, Keaton Daniels, Frank Sides, and a cast of literally a couple others. As we're getting ready for the season opener, and to be honest with you, it's not raining, it's not 100 degrees, and we're at home. What else could be better, Keaton?
Man, it can't get no better than this. To play a game like this deep in August, and you look at the weather, it's 78 degrees right now. Picture perfect day to have a Lobo football to start the season off with. I couldn't be more excited to be calling this game at home, green out. You know, the crowd is, the atmosphere is live, everybody's here. Should I tell everybody what's
go
happening?
ahead. You're excited. Just go ahead.
Hold on. Let me
Okay, I'm gonna let you
preface this by saying, do not change the channel and go watch this football game he's about to tell you is happening. Now go for it.
All right, the Caitlin Taylor, a former Lobo, scores a touchdown on ESPN tonight.
Crazy.
Already. So this today can't even get any better, so I'm excited. Man, juices is flowing.
Playing for Colorado.
Playing for Colorado.
Yeah.
But if you look on the other side, the quarterback, Haynes King,
Yeah.
he's going to go down there. He's going to make some noise, too, as well.
So we may have back-to-back Lobos scoring here on a Friday night in Boulder, Colorado. Here in Longview, however, it's part of the Great American Football Rivalry. They've actually come here for this game. They've been here a few times over the years since we've been here. Usually a game like Longview and Marshall, but they're here for Longview and Lufkin this time. It's the 88th meeting between the two schools. That date all the way back to 1932. Lobos lead that series 46-37. There are 4 ties thrown in there, but lately it's been all Longview. The Lobos have won 16 of the last 19 games in this series, and the last 5 in a row. Last year, close, 7-3. Before that, blowout. Almost didn't feel like a rivalry anymore. New coach, though, at Lufkin. He's trying to put this thing back right for the guys in purple and white. Old guy here for us, John King, he's trying to keep it exactly like it's been.
Well, I'll tell you, when Coach King first started, the tide was going the other way. It was all Lufkin. It seemed like Longview couldn't catch a break. Once we started kind of splitting the series up and back and forth, it started becoming all Longview, and Coach King does not want to give Lufkin a win back anytime soon. I guarantee you that.
He started 2-5 against Lufkin. From 2000 to 2010, John Outlaw was still the coach then. From 2010 to 2016, it kind of rolled back to 6-2 advantage Longview. But from 2017 to 2024, it's 8-0 Lobos, and we've outscored them 146-14 in the last 4 matchups. Overall, John King is 16-7 when his teams take on the Lufkin Panthers. So not quite domination, but the last 8 years has been complete domination.
That is true. If you're a Lobo, you love to see it. You want to continue to keep seeing it, and what a great feeling it is to be on the right side of that history.
Coach King starting year number 22, 234 wins, 50 losses. He sits 13th on the active list for coaches, and we're going to try to get him one more tonight as he takes on the Lufkin Panthers. Last year, this was a 7-3 game in a rainstorm in Lufkin. It was sloppy and nasty. The ball was slippery. We got one Boosie Washington touchdown on the last play of the first half. They got a field goal in the second half, and that was it. Slobber knocker, if you will. Sloppy, but the weather made it sloppy. After that game, Lufkin didn't lose again. They rolled off 10 in a row until they got to November 22nd. They lost in the second round of the playoffs to College Station. But the weird part about all that is right after the season ended, Todd Quick announced his retirement. He had been the coach in Lufkin since 2012, basically the head coach since John Outlaw passed away. And he said, that's all. I got 40 years in. It's time for me to do something else. He walked away, and really one of the prime jobs in East Texas opened up. Carl Absek had a state championship to his credit at Cedar Park. He had done the last few years at Barbers Hill, and he became, in January, the guy who was the next coach of the Lufkin Panthers. He's got a very good resume. He had a 16-0 year his first year at Cedar Park. He's got 102 wins in 10 seasons. This may be the guy that tries to turn this even further around for Lufkin.
And knowing a lot of Lufkin fans, or just a lot of people that are from Lufkin, they're anxiously and ready to get this tide turned back around and want to get the Lufkin way turned back to how things used to be. And so in comes a new coach. Hopefully he comes in with the same type of success he's had in the past. You know, Lufkin just wasn't going to make that hire and get anybody. They went with who they felt was the right guy, and here they are coming in with the new regime. Hopefully to try to come in and turn the tide as quickly as possible for the Panthers.
Longview struggled through the first 4 weeks last year. We were 2-2, lost consecutive home games. And by the way, here come the Lobos out on the field. They lost consecutive home games for the first time in 24 years. There was rumblings about, is it time for John King to go? He can't get wins. They're 2-2. Well, then his team ran off 10 straight wins, landed in the state semifinals where they lost on a controversial running into the kicker penalty against South Lake Carroll, and finished the year with a 12-3 record rather. And just when you think, sorry, he can't coach anymore, he can still coach a little bit.
Absolutely right. You talking about going 2-2. You know, Longview, that's unprecedented for a Longview team, pretty much at that time. But he tells you he wants to play a tough non-district schedule to get his team ready. You had the bye week. You had to come to Jesus, what we like to say, week. Got the boys right, and what they do, they turn quickly, look like a completely different ball club. Got us all the way to the state semis. You know, everybody wants to say it was controversial, but hey, we lost the game. We got to start back over here at square one all over again this season.
Well, it's easy to turn it around when your running back goes for 377 and 8 touchdowns, and that's what Boosie did against Rockwall on the week after the bye, and we started district play. And from then on, Boosie just kept going, and it's going to be real hard to replace the number of yards and the number of touchdowns and the intangibles that he gave this program. More than 2,500 yards last year, 41 combined touchdowns. 4 of his offensive linemen graduate with him. This is going to be a different look offense. And part of the different look offense is because they got a different offensive coordinator. Chris Valerie's time is over as he's gone to Henderson. Tim Sanders is the new guy. He was hired during the spring. And if you heard the pregame show, John King said, I didn't think I could get him.
Absolutely.
But they got him, and they expect new wrinkles to the offense. They've got a returning quarterback in Trey Hamilton. They've got a budding superstar at wide receiver in Jaden Herndon. And we've got a bunch of running backs that I don't think yet anybody has separated themselves from the pack, and may not this year. This may be running back by committee.
Hey, what a blessing it is to have Coach Sanders here. But my first shout-out of the year, I want to give a shout-out to Boosie because he's getting ready to play at the collegiate level tomorrow.
Yep.
And what he did, man, was unprecedented. But, you know, this is why you have a team. It doesn't have to be one person that have to shoulder the load. Luckily for us, we have a backfield by committee, and whoever has the hot hands is going to be able to continue to keep rolling with it.
And if you hadn't seen these guys yet, when they roll out here tonight, you and I had this conversation at the scrimmage last week in Texarkana. This may be the biggest running back combination Longview's maybe ever had, but certainly in the last 25 years.
Man, we're going to have to come up with a nickname for that group when that special package come in. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Both of those big backs show good feet, good patience, and a strong will to fall forward every time. On
the flip side, we lost a lot of defense, too, some outstanding, and I don't know if there's even a good enough word to describe Kason Brooks, but Brendan Reese, Jemias Morrow, Isaiah Horton, all those guys, just an unbelievable linebacker core. They're going to have to be replaced, and Jersey Hampton Williams is probably going to be the first guy in line to say, it's your team this year on the defensive side. You get to fill some of those 470 missed tackles that have graduated with these guys that we just mentioned.
Next man up is how we're going to play it. Coach King will want it any other way. It's baptism by fire. If your number is called, he expects you to go out there and make plays. These guys been waiting in line. Jersey played a lot of meaningful ball last year. I look forward to seeing him make plays again this year as well, make more of them.
Yep. Yeah, in our Thursday morning sit-down with Coach he actually said that was, as a group, the best linebacker core he has ever coached here at Longview. Right. And I mean, we saw it on the field. We talked about it all year. They're the 2 best players on the field at all times.
Man, whenever you needed a big play, it seems like Kason Brooks was definitely one of those guys that was making it. So, man, those are big shoes to fill.
35 tackles for loss, 16 sacks.
Unheard of.
Just forget about the 160 tackles that he had.
And touchdowns.
And touchdowns.
Touchdowns, for sure.
Special teams, defense. Those guys, when Reese and Brooks came here, the talk was even in ninth grade, wait till these guys get to varsity. They're going to be the best two linebackers we've ever had. But adding Morrow and Horton really did compliment. That foursome was amazing.
And Lobo Nation, there's good news. There's one more Brooks coming.
There he is. He's a freshman.
He's a
freshman right now.
Coach King believes he'll be just as good. And Chuck, before we lay out for the national anthem, I want to get this out of the way. Me and Keaton speak for Lobo Nation. We are so glad to have you back. We missed you the last game of the year, those last couple games.
Well,
I'm sure they did. And you make this look way easier than it is, folks.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was happy to be here for the last game of the year that I got to see, which was in Baylor, at Baylor with DeSoto, smacking down DeSoto. That was a great way for me to go out. Unfortunately, my son passed away in November. We had to be home for a memorial service in December, and so I couldn't be here for the state semifinal game. But I'll take going out against DeSoto as my memory of the way to end 2024. I don't have to have the bad memory at SMU.
We needed you in Dallas. Me and Keaton were just sitting there, mouths agape, tears in our eyes. We didn't know how to close it out. We needed our pro.
I don't know about all that. And while we're talking about emotion today, we certainly want to make sure that we're all tuned in to how important these games are where our coach is concerned. And that's just, I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. We're going to leave it there, but we all knew the news that had come down this week, and we are certainly with the King family and making sure that he knows and they all know how much we love him and we wish him the best. And we're going to enjoy him while he's out here with us for as long as he can be out here with us, and we're going to go from there.
Well, it's one way to fight, and that's the Lobo fight. Coach King has instilled that with along his players, so you know what type of fight he's going to bring to the table. So looking forward to just continue to watch him and just being around him in his presence. Continue to keep praying for him and his family. We love him, and man, we just can't wait. Well, love to just see him down there on the sideline now.
As they say, it picked the wrong one.
It picked the wrong one.
It picked the wrong one.
That is right.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was on the sideline with him. You and I both were last week down in Texarkana at the scrimmage, and he's grumbling about his hip, and he's a little ornery last week with his play that, of course, is going to happen during a scrimmage. He was vintage John King. I don't think any of that's going to change.
Hey, man.
Trust me.
When his first games vibes start coming, he started walking a little bit better.
Yep.
He was looking for a helmet in case he needed to go strap it up and do something, knock somebody out one time.
And if you didn't think he wanted to be here, Haynes is playing right now. He's sitting here in Longview, though, getting ready to lead his team out against Lufkin. So, again, our thoughts are all with the family.
Amen. I have to mention how fresh the staff looks in the khakis and the new white pullovers. They're all uniform right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to talk to them about getting me an upgrade.
So you mentioned fresh. I thought Keaton with the Lululemons going on is the most fresh. I'll be honest with you.
I'm not gonna take the cake.
No.
I got a little Frank going on.
What do you mean?
With the short pants a little bit, showing the ankles.
Say it's a good thing we're not on camera. That's all I'm going to say.
That's a good thing you see us on the waist.
Yeah, you made. I'm just going to leave it right there.
We can be on camera if y'all would like to be.
No,
let me know.
We're perfectly fine. We have faces for off camera. All right, they're getting ready to march out the flags here and get us a little national anthem. We are still they're rolling 2 minutes off the clock here at Lobo Stadium. And by the way, there are so many things going on out here at the campus, and they're just beginning the process of the things that are about to happen. More than $450 million bond issue that had gotten passed, and we're going to see probably in October them breaking ground for construction off over the end zone to our right, where a new indoor facility is about to show its way up over the parking lot. They're going to expand the parking lot. We're going to move the softball field. So much going on.
A school song playing as we speak, getting ready to knock out the national anthem here. We don't want to have too much dead air here, but we also don't want to bleed over into that.
Nope.
So I tell you what, let's cut the mics and let them do their thing down there. We'll be back in just a second with you.
Alrighty, we are getting ready to bring the captains out to the field so we can get a look at who's going to get the ball to start this one out tonight. Of course, we want to throw out there, and I think I've left my piece of paper someplace. I lost it. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's not it. I've got a piece of paper someplace I've lost, but it's no big deal. Oh, how about down here? No, that's not the one. Either way, we'll go on without it. I'm not worried about it too much. But I do want to certainly make sure that we throw out the mention on this coaching staff that the Lobos have. We won't get a chance to talk about them a whole lot during the game, but on the defensive side, John Barry's the DC, Josh Rankin, Scott Hart, Brandon Bonds, and Pat House, the defensive staff. On the other side, of course, it's Tim Sanders. He's the new OC, but Oscar Wilson's the assistant head coach. Jalen Claiborne, Chad Hancock, Henry Hill's new with the offensive line, and David Ashley as well. It's the group that's going to be leading these Lobo players tonight.
Got the defense going out there first.
All right.
I see just the way they're setting up, looking like I see the defensive group getting themselves ready.
There we go. We won. We're deferring. We'll go to defense to start. So let's give you defensive starters for the Lobos tonight. Daryl Dolly, 6 foot, 230-pound senior at one end. Tyson Johnson, 6'3", 250 junior at the other. And expect big things from big number 90 this year, Tyson Johnson. Christian Williams in the middle. He's going now 320 pounds, part of this massive defensive line. Jaden Woolridge is the outside linebacker on one side. He's a 210-pound senior. Bradley Williams spun down from safety. He goes 160. He's the other outside backer. Lawson Tubb and Jersey Hampton Williams, a junior and senior, are going to be the inside linebackers. Corners are Bubba White, a 155-pound junior, to Caden Carter, a 6 foot, 160-pound senior. Safeties are T.J. Jackson, 155-pound junior, and Hobart Nelson, 165-pound junior. Any relation to Willie?
Possibly. Could be.
So I saw Willie in the highlights the other day, too, as he took back a pick.
Got a college interception there.
All right, looks like we're going to be ready to roll. Lobo's going to kick off. Back deep for the Panthers at around their 5-yard line. This is going to land into the arms, I believe, C.J. Bursey to the 21-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start things for 2025.
Time to kick it off here. The defense get an opportunity here to get their first stop of the season here. Football is officially gone underway.
Officially. Right. Well, we'll start it. Actually, they're going to place the ball on about the 20-yard line instead, not the 25. Offensively, Justin Daniels is at left tackle. Ethan Henson, the left guard. The centers, Joseph McFarland, Alex Trejo, and Johnston Hicks are on the right side. Quarterback is Javion Johnson. He's wearing number 3, and we'll keep our eye on him. Just 18 pass attempts last year, 219 yards. He's going to throw on the first play of the game, and this one's complete and out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. I believe that's Devin Wallace on the catch.
It's a positive yard gainer there, about a gain of about 7 yards. Bradley Williams, the outside backer, you jack with the quick tackle. And here's Lufkin trying to move quickly.
All right, on second down, about 5, little sweep to the left. That's going to be across the 35 to the 40, the 44-yard line.
We got a player down, unfortunately, there for the Lobos. He's rolling around hurt, can't make out the number. We got a quick reverse action there. Defense was pursuing one way, and he was able to get out for a big first down, almost close to midfield, as we're going to pause right now for an injury timeout.
Yeah, first.
Hampton Williams got over to make that stop. And this is how Lobo games typically start, Lobo Nation, if you're just tuning in. The opposing team comes out, scripted the first drive, and it typically puts things together. Coach Barry snaps out of it pretty quickly, snaps us out.
And we got to say, it's hard to face this new Lufkin team because as a new coach, his first time coaching at Lufkin, you only have a scrimmage to go off of. So you know they kept it black and white. So you don't know really what they're going to bring. So you just got to pretty much stay at home, play assignment football. And, being a little antsy earlier, you're going to overflow and over-pursuit yourself. So that's all they was pretty much able to get their reverse. But you have to kind of weather the storm, and we'll be fine.
Looks like our banged-up Lobo is back on his feet and actually kind of jogging his way off the field. That looks like We got number 4. That's Vondarian Adams, who was banged up on that play. Rest of the offense for the Panthers, by the way, C.J. Burse and Devin Wallace, 2 of their starting receivers. Caleb Barraza is the tight end. Running backs are Kenneth Waters and Kylon Coleman. Waters with 1,081 yards last year. He's wearing number 0. Coleman's wearing number 4. As they are in the backfield, that's Barraza in motion. And on first down, it'll be a handoff inside and powering to about the 49-yard line. Gained about 4 yards that time.
It was a positive run play. Man, that back was so small. It looked like he wasn't going to be able to find. He was going to get stuck, but he found the alley. He was able to break his way down and get him a positive yards to about 4 yards.
That was Kenneth Waters, the tailback, on the carry. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 6 now. We're early here in the first quarter. We've gone about a minute. Panthers with the ball.
Working the clock here now. After the first play was very quick.
Jaden Carter, the tight end, reset. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down, and that's going to be little or nothing as quarterback Johnson swallowed up by Lawson Tubb, the linebacker, at the 50-yard line. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Excellent job there by your linebacker, Lawson Tubb, breaking off the block, being able to scrape away and being able to stop the game for about a yard, bringing up a 3rd and 5, third down of the night.
Carl Absek, the head coach. Matt Kuykendall is his offensive coordinator. Danny Cowgill's the DC. On 3rd and 5, a little wide on the attempt as they were trying to get the ball into the hands of Jaden Carter, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
Hey, you hear me talk about this all the time. Bend, but don't break. You give a little, but don't give up a lot. That's exactly what they did. Gave up a reverse for a 1st down, the only 1st down that they saw tonight. Come up big on the 3rd down, first 3rd down of the season here. Now they're going to punt and give this offense opportunity now.
Cooper Camp is the punter for the Panthers. He's standing back on his 35. Robert White, who did not catch any punts in the scrimmage last week, is back deep for the Lobos. He's standing on his 15. Nice snap. Camp gets away a wobbly spiral that White's going to grab at the 13. He's across the 30 and gets pounded at about the 33-yard line, but a 20-yard return by White, and the Lobos will start at the 31-yard line.
Excellent return there by Bubba. That's a guy that I've been watching all the way up into his varsity days. He's been known for being a good returner there, and he did not disappoint right there at all there as he can handle that ball. He's got positive yards.
He's going to hit a few home runs this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So they'll mark it down 31-yard line, actually 18 yards on the return, and the Lobos will go on offense. And, of course, they're brought out by starting quarterback. A lot of expectations on this young man, number 15. That's Johnny Hamilton, rather. And on first down, how about he's going to keep it himself, and he'll power up across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Jaden Jackson's the left tackle. Star Shaw, the left guard. Beckett Cox is the man in the middle. Demarion Pickron is the right guard. And Brady Yoder is playing right tackle. Jaden Washington's the tight end, 210-pound junior. Jordan Hobbs and Jaden Herndon, the senior and sophomore, the receivers. And there's going to be a bunch of different backs, including, it looks like, Kylan Cummings back there with Mason Washington. 2nd down and 5 after the 5 yards on the first play. And this one blown up in the backfield, and that is senior captain Jamaria Davis.
There's a fumble there too.
Who unloaded on the Longview back. I think that was Mason back there. I don't know if he even got the ball.
I don't think so too. I think that was Keelan Cummings there. As soon as he got the ball, he was hit immediately there. Ball comes up free. First turnover of the night, gives the ball in plus territory back to Lufkin.
And we're breaking in a couple new guards.
Well, they're going to have to remember where number 11's lining up, because he was a load, and there's your first turnover of the game.
And explosive as well.
Yes, he came through that line untouched, and man, he was causing havoc.
Go ahead. It's first down at the 33, make it the 32-yard line for Lufkin. After the turnover, quarterback back. Johnson looking middle of the field, wide open at the 2 and into the end zone as Lufkin gets on the board first with a 32-yard touchdown pass from Javion Johnson to his star receiver. That's C.J. Burse, and it's quickly 6-0 Panthers.
A busted coverage there. The receiver or the safety there saw play action. The slot guy, the slot receiver ran a corner post, and so that middle was just wide open because your safety bit on that run fake came crashing down. Middle of the field was wide open, and I guarantee you these Lufkin coaches up here has probably been seeing that right there. So what a perfect time to call that right off a touchdown. Right off a turnover.
Cooper Camp at the point after 7-0 Panthers with 8:58 to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a break. We're coming right back here on Game Day.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. Hickory down. Giving them all that we got. Kick on the door. Try to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going hard and taking my chances. I keep it moving. I keep advancing. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Let's go.
All right, well, that didn't take long. One play, 32 yards, and Lufkin's on the board first. They didn't score a touchdown last year. They get the first one today. Kickoff's going to go down to about the 17-yard line. Lobos will get it out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line, and that's where they will start for the second time tonight.
The first touch of the game tonight for your star receiver, Jaden Herndon. On the kickoff there, ball was pushed to him. Didn't give him much room there to run with, but nonetheless, the Lobos start close to the 30-yard line right now.
All right, let's give you the defense for Lufkin. Davion Bognay and Jamaria Davis are two of the ends, and the tackles, Jackson Weeb and Jerian Whitaker. Linebackers are Carson Jones and Desmond Hood. And on first down, Mason Washington with some trouble in the backfield manages to make positive yards onto that, out to about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line for a gain of about 4.
Almost a replica of that last play with that defensive end coming up screaming there, untouched, being able to touch our running back. Here we go, making the substitution change here, but Mason showing a little bit of his athleticism, being able to spin out of that play, fall forward and get some positive yards there. But somebody's going to have to pick up that end screaming off that edge.
So we get second down, about 7 from the 31-yard line. Another handoff, and up the middle, across the 35. That may be Cummings for a gain of about 6, and it's going to bring up third down about a yard.
Oh, they look like they're giving the first down.
Sure did.
That was a big time gain there on second down by Keelan. Keelan Cummings finding his way and getting the first down for the Lobos here.
Got it out to the 38-yard line. So Lobos pick up their first down of the season. So we're still rolling with 7:56 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Lufkin with the lead. And Hamilton back to pass. Looking middle of the field. Overshoots his man. Picked off. Grabbed at the 41-yard line. Interception by Sam Smith, the junior, and there's 2 turnovers in the last 3 offensive plays now for the Lobos.
Right now, the Longview Lobos looking like the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets right now. Turnover fested first quarter for Haynes Kings and his bunch, and here we go, 2 turnovers. We just need to settle down. Long ball game ahead of us.
And your eyes do not deceive you. The Lobos are down 7-0 and just turned it over. And if you need to have your eyes checked, Longview Eye Associates, 1821 Judson Road.
All right, first down at the 41-yard line. Little reverse time. Johnson faking a pass, and they tried to run a little fake reverse that time. It did not fool the Lobo defense as they swallow up the ball carrier that time. That's number 2, Devin Wallace. So it'll bring up second down. They lose a yard, almost 2 on the play, so 2nd and 12.
Yeah, off of a turnover there. Here comes Lufkin coming again with another trickery play there. That was a mute point this time. as it goes for a -2 yards loss.
Second down and 12. Johnson handoff to Waters. Boy, he got through 2 different groups and manages to spin his way for a first down across midfield to the 49-yard line. I don't know how they didn't get him twice.
And when you miss tackles, you're going to give up big yards. And after a first down, they're moving very quickly, not even giving them chain game time to get settled.
Another handoff. How about Waters again as he again avoids a tackle to the 35 and down to the 32-yard line as he points first down. Nelson on the tackle for the Lobos.
Well, the recipe for tonight, if you're going to miss tackles, you're going to give up big gains. You got to be able to get this guy tackled, wrap up, and drive your feet and bring your load with you.
How about again? They'll run up the middle, Waters, and again, positive yardage to the 30-yard line.
Here we are getting a quick sub here. We got this defensive line. They're going to be their strength is going to be with their depth. You're going to have to rotate those guys in a lot, let those guys be a force, and they're going to have to play behind the line and try to beat this O-line.
So it's second down and 8 at the 30. Lufkin on the drive here. Handoff sweeping left. That's the second back, Kylon Coleman. And ball goes out of bounds, and he gets bounced out of bounds at around the 17-yard line. It's another first down.
Lucky for us, that ball bounced out of bounds because he got to that outside. Defense, you got to have that outside contained. Make him bounce inside. I know that's what the coach is probably going to hammer him when it comes back. But you got to funnel everything inside where your help is. Let everybody flow to him and try to slow him down too. Same play.
And we'll try it again. Going wide. This time Lobo defense catches up to Coleman and stops him at about the 14-yard line, but a gain of another 3.
And this is where you need to stop here. This is where you miss some of those guys that you had last year when you need to stop who was going to make a play. Now this is a new group here. Somebody else has a chance to make a name for themselves right now. What are you going to do?
Third down, Waters gets the ball this time, cuts inside, now outside, and he's going to stumble his way to the end zone. And the Panthers, with 5:26 left to play in the quarter, have a 13-0 lead.
Hey, he danced around. He followed his blocks. He found a way to get into the end zone, score a touchdown to get them guys up 2 scores early in this game. Right now, it's all Lufkin as we have yet to even catch our breaths right now as we've given up 2 scores with a potential extra point coming up.
Cooper Camp with a point after try. Snap is good, kick is up. Well, Panthers with a 14-0 lead. We've played about 6.5 minutes, and it's been all Lufkin so far. We'll take a break. We're coming right back here on Game Day.
When Laura vowed to love me, in sickness and in health, she wasn't thinking about cancer. But here we are. I'm just grateful my team of experts at Texas Oncology is close by, fighting for me, so I can still start my mornings right here. Hey, I need all of this treatment I can get. I'll see you all tonight.
All right, Camp going to kick one off short and directional. It's fair caught at the 32-yard line, and that's where the Lobos will start again. All right, Keaton, our last 3 offensive plays, 2 turnovers, and we're having to figure out something positive offensively right now.
We're going to figure it out, but I guarantee you right here, we're probably going to go under center or start running it a little bit, give our defense a little bit of a break, show what we're capable of, as I see 2 backs coming out here right now.
Coach King talked about it in the pregame. With 2 young team, turnovers will likely be what decides the football game. We'll see if Lobos can put together a Lobo drive
And
here.
it's too early to panic.
All right, first down under center. Handoff up the middle. And that's going to go for maybe 3 to the 34-yard line. Mason on the carry, and it'll bring up second down and 7. And right now, Lufkin's they're feeling it a little bit right now. A little bit, not chippy, but they're really riding an emotional wave right now.
That emotional wave is right, and it's definitely on their side. We just have to do our best and just kind of contain ourselves, be able to make some plays, get a couple first downs, start feeling good about ourselves. Got a long ball game ahead of us to go. So we just go out there and make some plays. We'll be back in it in no time.
We'll back into the pistol on 2nd down and 7. Trey back to pass. He'll toss one out to the flat. That's caught by Mason, and maybe first down. See where he stepped out of bounds. I say just shy at the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Excellent read there by Trey. Looking downfield, nobody was open. Dumped it off quick to the running back. Mason showed good hands catching that high ball. Made one defender not making a tackle at the point of contact. Fought it off hard there to get to about 1 yard to go to get the first down. And here we are under center.
It's a big first down attempt here for the Lobos. Hamilton under center. He'll hand off fullback. That's a first down as he squeezes across the line of scrimmage to about the 44-yard line. Cummings, I believe, on the carry straight ahead, and they'll move the chains, and that's good for the defense as well.
Absolutely. There, you come over 3rd down and short. You're able to convert and get you a first down, move the chains, ball close to midfield. You get you another good first down here. You may see a play action coming up soon.
Go back to Lobo I formation. Hamilton keeping it himself as he brings it to the left. He's got a lot of running room, and he'll run into a defender at about the 35-yard line as he's tackled by the Lufkin safety that time, who was really the last line of defense. He doesn't get him, nobody gets him. That's Sam Smith, and it's first down Lobos at the 34-yard line.
That's the old school triple option play there. Excellent job by him reading the defensive end. He come crashing down on the fullback. He takes it in for a big first down.
And I suspect we'll see a lot more of that with his size and speed and a backup quarterback who's capable of running the offense this year.
All right, on first down, handoff. That's Mason's got a little alley. He's got the 25-20, 15-10, 5 touchdown. Lobos on the board on Mason Washington's 34-yard score, and it's a 14-6 game.
Frank was doing the same thing I was doing. Once he got past that line, that hole was opened up. He was thinking touchdown. Mason Washington, welcome to Friday night, baby.
And remember that name. He's deceivingly fast for his size. He ran the 4th leg of the 4x100 team for the Lobos. This young man is as talented as they get, and once he gets a little confidence, folks, you got your next back.
Absolutely. Mason Washington breaks away pretty much untouched there. A big touchdown to get the Lobos on the board, giving everybody something good to feel about, giving that defense some time, too.
All right, Felipe Alaya with the point after try, and we got a flag before we get going. And he may be trying this from 5 yards further back. Yeah, little false start on the Lobos, so Ayala's going to try his first varsity point after from 5 yards further back.
Hopefully that'll settle things down a little bit. It's turnovers.
And it's early.
You can't turn the ball over.
No need to panic at all.
And here's his point after try. He drills it, and it's 14-7. 3:38 left to play in the quarter. We'll take a break. We're coming right back here on Longview Game Day.
Hi, I am Emily Kidwell-Ramey, Longview's local independent insurance agent. I specialize in home, auto, life, and commercial. I'd be more than happy to help you with any of your insurance needs. And go Lobos.
Our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, or visit tsjh.org to find a specialist.
All righty, well, welcome back. 14-7 ball game. Felipe Alaya's kick went through the back of the end zone, so they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Drive for the Lobos, an important one. They needed 5 plays, 69 yards. Ends with the touchdown run from Mason Washington, and the Lobos get their first score of the season.
And did it looking like the old-fashioned Lobos, doing it on the ground, grounding and pounding, being able to pick up big-time yards there, giving them something to feel good about. Now we can go back and just relax and play our game.
Update from just down the road. Kilgore leads number 1 and defending state champion Carthage 7-0 early in that one.
I'm pretty sure 7's not all the points going to get scored there tonight. Of course, down in Tyler, Texas High and Tyler Legacy put up 100 between them last night. 57-43 Tiger win. First down at the 25-yard line. Javion Johnson, another quick pass out in that little tunnel screen, which apparently this Lufkin offense is going to like a lot. They're hurry up, no huddle, and they like moving the ball. Pass on the edges, run up the middle. That's another catch for number 2 for them. That's Devin Wallace. That goes for about 6.
Quick passing game there. Excellent job on blocking on the edge to be able to create them to get a positive yards.
So second down in about 3. They almost got up to the 32-yard line. Here's a little inside handoff. That's the tight end Barazza. He's got a first down to the 39-yard line, maybe the 40. And in fact, they're going to keep spinning him further. Did he not go out of bounds? They'll say not till the 43-yard line. So a gain of 12.
Yeah, and that defense is over pursuing there, just flowing. And here they go, countering that pressure with another reverse with big-time yards to get a first down. And here they go, try to go quick again.
And maybe more importantly, you can't get guys on and off the field with this kind of offense. First down handoff Waters, who gets to the 46-yard line for about 3.
I don't know the stature of that young man, but, man, he gets small and gets skinny. And he's been able to slither through a lot of these holes, kind of like a little snake out there, and being able to find his way to get positive yards.
2:31 left in the quarter. Second down and 7. Lufkin so far. They got stopped on their first drive. They got a turnover from the Lobos on the second offensive play of the game for Longview. And now Longview's trying to get players in and out, and they're being held up.
They got way too many people out there.
Yeah, we'll see if they got 11. They're trying to get the last one off, and they just do. And now we're set with a fresh group of defenders, and now there's a flag.
And kind of a little chest mouse there. That's a delay of game. If you substitute, you give Lufkin every opportunity. You give Longview every opportunity to substitute there.
And the last guy you saw trying to get off the field, that wasn't easy. That's 320-pound Jordan Mitchell, who's trying to get off the field in time. And they got the timeout before the delay of game, so Lufkin burns their first timeout of the game. It comes with 1:59 left to play in the first quarter.
That was a full line change like a hockey game.
Right?
I was kind of worried there that we was going to have 15, 16 players out there at one time. But the referee did his job, did what he was supposed to do, and allow us to be able to get the right personnel set up.
Keaton, I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but Chuck Zach is a longtime diehard Packers fan. He stole one from us this week.
So congratulations to you. You guys picked up a good one.
Yeah.
No, hey, we're going to call a spade, and you guys did what y'all needed to do to be able to get the awesome Michael Parsons, who's going to rock the #1 jersey. I just saw that earlier.
We'll see in January if it was all that. I'm hoping it is, but we'll see.
I'm a big fan of his.
We come back at second down and 7. Lufkin with now 2 timeouts left in this half. Johnson back to pass, quick toss, got a man sideline, and he missed him. He went back shoulder, and his receiver turned inside, and it's going to bring up third down and 7.
0 for 1 tonight on 3rd and long, and what I'm calling 3rd and long, anything from 5 back, I'm going to call that 3rd and long here. You got a second opportunity here with about 6-7 yards to go to be able to get this first down. This is where you're going to kind of be able to dial up. You see Jersey move from his middle linebacker spot to a defensive end, so more of a fast presence of a look. He's kind of going back to his natural position where he played last year.
Ja'Kavion Sanders was the intended target. He's lining up in the slot way inside. Now you see him flip in motion. A lot of moving parts for this Lufkin offense. They're trying to make the Lobos find themselves in trouble. Johnson with a flag down as he crosses the first down marker to the 46 of the Lobos, but there's a flag all the way back at the 34-yard line, and this one looks like it's probably going to come backward.
Right tackle got a hold of 47 Jasir Hampton-Williams jersey and pulled him down It was an easy call there
Yeah.
as he got back there very quickly.
Jersey beat him, and he grabbed his jersey, and that wouldn't have happened without the hold. So
Yes, sir.
it's coming back.
Taking a long time moving this thing back. There's the line judge having a discussion with the head referee, and finally there's the signal about holding. So they'll take the first down off the board. This one's going to go backward, and Lufkin's going to face third and very long.
It's the first time we've seen it tonight, but the Lufkin quarterback's got some wheels.
He definitely does. You're going to have to eventually put a spot package, maybe kind of roll to a cover 3 look or a cover 2 look with eyes on him. As if he's not going to see anybody, he's going to try to get in and get out. But watch something quick here. He hasn't really been having a lot of time to be able to find anything other than the touchdown pass. But you know it's 3rd and long. You're going to let him run all day.
3rd down and 17 now, back at the 36-yard line. 1:28 left to play in quarter number 1. 14-7, Lufkin with the lead. Johnson back, setting up a middle screen. There's Waters, got a man to beat, he does. He's to the 45-50 into Longview territory with a first down at the 43-yard line. They needed 17, they got 22.
And who else better to give it to than the running back who's been slithering his way through like a snake tonight, being able to make anybody miss him. He must have put Vaseline on his jersey because he's too slick to catch and hold tonight. He's able to find a way to get a first down countless times tonight.
Well, that's tough. He had 3rd and forever, and they get the first down anyway. Now they'll hand off to him, trying to sweep left. And again, the Lobos are going to have to do a better job tackling Waters. He's been, as you said, slithery so far, and he has powered through some tackles. This time they gang tackle him for no gain, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Hey, best way to get somebody down is get those legs. You can't run nowhere where your legs can't go.
34 seconds left in the quarter. We'll probably get this one more play off. And of course, the way Lufkin's playing right now, they may go multiple snaps in the last 30 seconds.
That is true.
3 receivers right. They're going to hand off coming right. And
Ref, I saw
not
it.
much, and we got another series of flags coming down.
I was going to say, man, referee is just letting them get away with that because that was a big hole. You saw the under the shoulder pass, the white on the shoulder pass of the Lobo.
It was Bradley Williams who made the tackle for the Lobos, but again, this looks like it may be back another 10 yards. There we go. So they call that one on the right guard, Alex Trejo. And with 14 seconds left in the quarter, they'll mark back 10 more yards and bring up 2nd down and 20. So back-to-back holding penalties. Well, I say back-to-back in the last 3 plays. 2 holding penalties now on the Panthers. They overcame a 3rd and long the last time. We'll see if they can do it with a 2nd down and long now. And they're going to let the clock wind down, and that'll end the first quarter. So it was a 14-0 lead for Lufkin. The Lobos got back 1. It's 14-7. We'll take a break. Back for the 2nd quarter when we return here on Longview Game Day.
The Lobo store has been a mainstay of our football program for many, many years. It's important to us because it gives our fans a place to go to get merchandise. They want to wear the games and different events, but you know, also the Lobo store creates money for our Booster Club. And all that money, 100% of that money goes towards our kids. So please go support the Lobo store. It's a great place to meet up and socialize, buying tickets for the week or for the season, and they look forward to seeing you.
You have cancer. Sure wasn't expecting that. My team at Texas Oncology understands that my family is a huge part of my treatment plan. I'll see you in the morning.
We welcome you back for quarter number 2. Chuck Zach, Keaton Daniels, Frank Sides with you. Lobos trailing 14-7. They got outgained pretty substantially, 161-85 in that first quarter. They trail by just the one score. Now it's 2nd down and 20 for Lufkin back at their 48-yard line.
Here comes a new wrinkle here. You got a Kawhi's bunch out wide. And here comes an empty look now with the running back. So kind of a man-to-man look. You know who they want to give it to.
Boy, the helmet ripped off. They'll throw one up deep and just out of the diving hands of Kenneth Waters. But there's a flag down as we got a Lobo that lost his hat, and you figure they probably ripped that right off Tyson Johnson's head.
For sure. The two-time letterman who's making his who started last year as a sophomore in the defensive line. Moving back to his natural position at defensive end, the big guy Tyson Johnson had his helmet ripped off, and that is the coach is actually declining that because it's already 3rd and long here.
Yeah,
incomplete pass. So that was a mute point. We're just gonna act like it never happened.
I don't know that I actually declined that penalty.
I'm kind of with you too as well because it backs them up a little bit further. You know, when you back them up there further, you can create a turnover. You put yourself closer to your scoring zone.
And this side of the field, you're 14, 15 yards away from letting them go for it on 4th.
All right, so we'll try it again. 2nd down. Lobos again trying to hustle people on and off the field before the snap, and now they're ready. Javion Johnson, a little high snap, handoff up the middle, and the Lobo defense does a nice job on Waters this time as they stop him at about the 48. Actually, that was the second back, Colin Coleman, on the carry, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent start to the second quarter right here, being able to not let them, get into this or get off a big gain here to get another 1st down. Come away now with the punt, get the offensive opportunity here to get the ball back, hopefully. There you go.
White's back at his 15. Cooper Camp, the punter, coming in for Lufkin. They've punted once already, so this would be number 2 if they follow through with it. 11 minutes and counting here in the second quarter. Snaps on the money. And Camp kind of fakes and pushes. I don't know if that happened on purpose or if he was trying to avoid somebody, but the ball grabbed by White, who's alertly now going down the field. 40, 50-yard line. If he can get one more block, there it is, and then he falls down.
And you know what?
At about the 34-yard line, that all started weird. Not sure what Cooper Camp saw, if somebody flashed in front of him or not, but he kind of held up and then short punted it, and White alertly scooped it up and took it back the other direction, and now the Lobos are knocking on the door.
And bad news there. It looked like Bubba kind of blew out a tire there as he was trying to make a cut. He's down on the ground, tried to get himself up and just couldn't, and now he's on the ground still. Really can't tell. It looked like he maybe had rolled his ankle as he's down on the ground.
Can't speculate, but it did look like he rolled that right ankle cutting back towards the middle of the field.
Hunter just looked like he just kind of misstepped there, almost like a little bit of a Euro step, and that just threw his timing off, threw his concentration off, and that was a bad punt to say the least. Bubba.
And then it kind of just surprised Bubba. Like, well, I guess I'll take this.
And the ball bounced. It was an easy bounce. He was able to just casually go over there and just catch it, pause, take it to the outside edge. Had a great blocking lane. That was a good punt return there.
I'm going to reach back for this one, but Eric Metcalf used to do that a lot. My Longhorns back when I was a very young man.
Kind of lure you to sleep on there.
Yeah.
Well, he takes it back 38 yards. He's got the Lobos sitting at the 32-yard line. Now we're worried about the player down, and hopefully we can get him back up again, and it's maybe nothing more than, and I say nothing more, ankle sprain's no fun.
No fun there, and he's a guy that, and if you remember last season, kickoff return, start the game against the South Lake Carroll, a young man that got hit, got hurt, missed the rest of the game, obviously for concussion reasons. Starting this off his senior year, man, this is not something that you want to see.
Yeah, he's not putting weight on that left leg at all. And this is a double hit. Not only is he your punt returner, but he's also one of your starting corners.
Yes, sir.
So now it's going to be up to probably somebody like either Caden Dixon or Josiah Hill to step into that spot. And it's not that the Panthers have thrown the ball a lot out wide, but they have thrown it short to their receivers.
I think here, if they put Jaden Hurden on an island here, I think you got to go for the home run early.
All right, well, we're back under center on first down at the 32-yard line, and about a straight ahead to the 24. I would assume we're close to the 23-yard line, and that's going to bring up second down and short.
Last year, I used to say that was Buster Mumphrey, busting
right?
up the hole. This year, it's Keelan Cummins coming away with a big gain there, 5 yards there. Put the Lobos inside the 30. If you're a fan of the Lobos right now, I just want to let you know on ESPN, don't change the channel. But 2 Lobos have scored tonight. There's Haynes King just put the Yellow Jackets on the lead.
2nd and 5, handoff to Cummings again. And I'll tell you what, the Panther defense playing that pretty darn well. And they've got some big guys on that defensive line. 91 is Jerian Whitaker, and he really caused some problems on that. They got forward yardage to about the 26-yard line, but it's going to bring up third down. But those 2 guys on the left side of the defensive line are a handful between Whitaker and Davis.
You wonder, too, right here at this position, with about 15 seconds on the play clock, are you in 4th down territory right here? Do you think you can give yourself a run here, maybe give yourself some positive yards, and then, see what you can do?
On third down, Cummings out of the backfield. He's going to he cut up that route a little early. That's a great chance for a touchdown. It felt like Keelan broke that off and probably should have stayed on a straight line down the sideline, and instead it's incomplete and it's 4th down.
And he probably saw himself, man, I'm wide open here. Just turned his body to the side and started waving his hands, and next thing you know, ball is overthrown over him. So it may look like an overthrown by Trey, but I guarantee you, if Keelan kind of would have kept running on that, he probably could have led him and he could have caught him.
Yeah, it was a well-called wheel route. They just couldn't quite connect. And so it brings up 4th down. Now the Lobos have 4th and about 4. And before we get going, Longview's going to take a timeout. Lobos staff not happy with what they saw, so they'll take their first timeout. Comes with 9:37 left to play in the first half, and we will keep it here. Of course, this is the first of back-to-back home games. We're back here next week as we renew the rivalry with the Marshall Mavericks, who also had a very nice 2024 season. They seem to have things moving in the right direction.
And it's also homecoming as well, too. An early homecoming because we have 2 back-to-back road games after that.
Yeah.
And a bye week, and then we go back on the road again. So there's no way to kind of get the homecoming in a little bit later. So here we are, second game of the season. We got homecoming next week. So looking forward to seeing all the classes coming back, celebrating with each other one more time.
And we're almost underselling them by calling them road games.
Absolutely.
We're going to play some teams.
Absolutely.
Well, we got them at our place last year. And so now, yes, we get Sauk on the road in 2 weeks. We'll take South Oak Cliff, and then we go the other direction to Ruston, Louisiana for week number 4. So, yeah, there's lots of moving parts for Frank and the crew in weeks 3 and 4 here on game day. All right, 4th down. We'll try it again. 4th down and 4. Hamilton back to pass. He's got some time. Now it breaks down. He's got to try to get away, and he will. He'll have a first down at the 20, 15, and will be knocked out of bounds, they'll say, at around the 9-yard line, but it's 1st and goal. Lobos as Trey makes it happen with his legs.
Hey, I see his dad over here on the sideline as he broke to the edge. He's out there on the field, too, to see if he was going to be able to break free and get that first down.
And Coach King has been telling us all offseason how much stronger and faster and more athletic Trey's gotten, and he's kind of put on a show a little bit tonight. A couple times he's kept it.
Well, if you look at him, he's definitely bigger, faster, stronger, and taller as well, too. Heavy personnel here. Here comes. We got Caden Graves in the backfield.
And he's going to get a handoff. First one of the season. Oh, he had a hole that looked like it was going to lead all the way to the end zone. It closed right at the end, and he'll be down at about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Almost had a first Lobo touchdown alert there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a while since we've had one of those with the backs we've had for a couple years.
Now we got to look and see who's in the backfield now.
Coming, yeah.
And you wonder, does the big guy, McCaden Frazier, come in here? We're going to stay with Graves in the backfield. He's going to get another handoff, and he's upended in the backfield, and he's going to be short of the goal line by about 1 yard. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And Lufkin, they knew that running play was coming, but here comes the big junior here, McCaden Frazier. He's coming in the game. Graves is coming out. Here comes the big personnel that we talked about, the big running backs.
Well, they're going to have 1 yard to have to get. Cummings and Graves behind Hamilton. Third down.
And
Hamilton
fumble.
lost the ball. Ball's on the ground.
Look like
And we got
it.
fourth down coming up as one of the linemen, I believe, fell on it. Bottom of the pile. That looks like it may have been Jaden Jackson that came out with it. Now it's fourth down.
And there's a botch snap here. We're looking like we're going to still run another play here with the ball right here inside of the 5. I actually agree with it. Right here, what's 3-yard line? I actually agree with it. If you don't get it, make them go the long way here. Here we go. We got Herndon coming into the game, receiver. We haven't called his name yet tonight as far as the catch.
7:47, clock running left in the half.
9.
Lufkin 14, Longview 7.
We might not get this play off. Coach King is calling the second time out.
They had to burn a second timeout. That comes with 7:36 left. So the Lobos have one left here in the first half. This is a pretty important play, and I think you can't complain too much about calling this timeout. If it's not right, you got to get it right.
No, we'll stay here and talk about some of our sponsors for 2025. Juicy's Hamburgers and Tacos. Me and Keaton cannot get enough of that place. The Page Pub and Pizzeria. Elite Loyalty Sports. Baylor Scott and White. SIG Insurance. Emily Ramey, go see her over on Judson Road. Jim Bartlett Fine Jewelry. You know where they are on on Judson Road. Fuzzy's Taco Shop over in Hawkins right down the road. Diagnostics comes Longview, Rams Paint and Body, Zaxby's, and H2O. We got a lot of people hopped on this year. We really appreciate it. We can't do what we do without you guys.
Shout out to the sponsors there. I know a few restaurants are actually showing our game tonight, so thank you guys.
You know, they can always bring food up here to us.
They definitely could.
I'm just throwing that out as a suggestion.
Or pay us.
We'll talk even nothing about that. All right, here we go again. Fourth down and goal from the 3. Hamilton handing off in the backfield, and forget about it as Davis is back there again, and he blows up McCaden Frazier on his first carry as a Lobo, and we turn over the ball on downs at the 5-yard line.
And the last 3 plays, that big man has blown everything up and has been playing lights out to get to the backfield tonight. As he blew up Frazier, not allowing him to make a move or do anything. He gets hit soon as he touches the ball, gets knocked down for about a 3-yard loss, turns the ball over there, get the ball back to Lufkin at the 6.
A disappointing end to a drive that got all the way down to the 1-yard line, but a fumble on 3rd, and then the inability to block Jamaria Davis on 4th down. And Lufkin dodges a bullet, and they've got 94 yards to go. It's first down and 10 with 7:32 left to play in the half. They've got the ball at the 6-yard line.
Here comes a little heavy look here.
And on first down, they'll hand it to Waters. Not much, yard maybe 2, as he's taken down around the 8-yard line. A host of Lobos in there on the tackle. Trying to see who may have come out of the bottom of that. And it looks like it was the big defensive lineman, Jordan Mitchell. He's getting a lot of time here early. So gain out to, they're going to say the 9-yard line. He actually made 3 out of that. And so it's second down and 7. Johnson fakes this one. Now try the reverse. And that's not going anywhere. He may have gotten outside the end zone. He did. To about the half-yard line. Jacavion Sanders saved a safety by getting just a foot outside that end zone, and it's going to bring up third down and about 15. Lobo defense with an outstanding job that time.
Big Tyson Johnson.
It was the first guy there.
Almost got a safety there. Heck of a job there by being able to get back there.
Loss of 8. So they'll try third down, barely outside the end zone.
You got to hurry up and get a play off here.
Javion Johnson directing traffic. Barraza moving from left to right. Handoff Waters. He's going to get at least back out to the 5-yard line, and it's fourth down and 11.
Yes, sir.
Well, and that was the gamble on fourth down in the other direction. If we don't get it, they've got to start deep. If they don't do anything, we're going to get the ball back in good field position.
Yes, sir.
KD Carter's going to step up and be the next man up at punt returner.
He definitely has that ability.
Carter, who was big last year in the win over Lufkin, he had the game-ending interception with about 2.5 minutes to play, will camp at his 40-yard line. Cooper Camp, the punter, has his heels at the back of the end zone.
And with the trajectory he's punted tonight, there's a chance that Carter gets this with a chance to do some work.
Snap a little bit high. He goes up and gets it and doesn't get a great kick, but it's away from DK. He's got to chase it down, grabs it at the 42, breaks one tackle, and goes, another tackle inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. If he'd have stayed sidelined,
Yes.
I don't know if he doesn't go to the house.
And you hear me say, because him trying to bounce it to the outside, you got to go ahead and keep that sideline here. But here we go. We got great field position.
Well, we got a flag.
Yeah, that was
back of the 43.
I saw a hold in there.
So as great as this was at the 30, it may be on the other side of the field, on the Lufkin side on the penalty.
And I know we're still early in this one, but it feels like it's time to get your star receiver involved.
He hasn't had a ball thrown to him right now. You got to probably going to go to a max protection right now because that offensive line has not been able to hold up, the pressure of number 11 or other players from this Lufkin attack. But you got to let him get some touches.
All right, so they moved it back to the 48-yard line on the penalty, and I did not hear what they were saying on the penalty.
A spot foul there from that holding. So moved it 10 yards back. You got Herndon here at the bottom of the screen right here on the 50.
So at the 48-yard line, first down and 10. Low snap. Hamilton's got it, decides to pull it down. I almost think that may have been designed.
It was.
He looked quickly to his left and then came right back up the middle and just got hit at the line of scrimmage. And who else? I think that's Davis in there on the tackle again.
Slight trade. Almost didn't believe that he was going to be able to get that throw off to him because he wasn't settled. Ball was snapped low. Pre-game jitters. Early game, first game. Here you are, an opportunity. 4 minutes left to go in this first half. You got the ball on your side of the 50 here. Second down. Got a chance to make some plays here to tie this ball game up.
Keyshawn Waters is the one who's covering Herndon. First pass to him, caught it. Inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line. First down, Lobos, as they pick up 16.
Excellent job on the play action pass there. Had me fooled, but Trey did an excellent job there. Defense jumped. Defense came screaming in for the run. That was a post route by Herndon right behind him.
And you heard the name Keyshawn Waters. He and Kenneth, I believe, are twins. And they went at the senior with the sophomore. Gets his first catch of 20-25. It's first down with 3:58 and counting. Hamilton with one back next to him. Fakes the handoff. Toss out to the side. That's caught. Tight end Washington down near the 20-yard line as Jaden gets his first catch of the season.
That was an excellent RPO there, action there. Tight end, nobody covering him as he ran the flat. Pitched it out to him. He gets a first down, or maybe he gets short right there at the line.
Wow, now it's coming backward. Illegal formation on the Lobos. They take that one off the. So in this drive already, we've lost 18 yards in the punt return, and now what would have been about an 11 or 12-yard gain. So we lost 30 yards on this drive alone. So it'll go back to the 36, first down and 15. Coming up on 3.5 to play in the half. 14-7 Lufkin. Fake the handoff. Hamilton throwing middle. Caught inside the 20. That's Herndon, who will have it. Let's see. Has he got the first down? They're moving the chains. Sure enough, they needed 15. He got 16.
Way to a good throw there, showing a arm strength, being able to thread that needle into a tight zone there. Yeah. Herndon coming up with his second catch on this drive, and that's what we just talked about. That's who we need to get going, and here we are. Ball is now right there at the red zone, 20-yard line.
First down and 10 at the 20. Single backs Mason Washington. Hamilton giving it to him right up the middle. Mason into the secondary and the end zone. Touchdown Lobos with 2:50 left to play in the half. They're a point after from tying this.
Mason Washington, touchdown number 2 for the night. We said it's a lot of ball games left. We just have to relax. Being able to kind of weather the storm there, being able to come away with those 2 early turnovers. Now we got 2 touchdowns, tie ball game here. Hey, how do you like that?
Mason, if you watch this back, text me, man. I'll give you his number.
Mason, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Felipe Ayala for the point after. Hamilton's the holder. Snap is on the money. Kick a little bit low, but it's good. We'll make it a 14-14 game. 2:50 left to play in the half. Quick break. We're coming right back here on Game Day.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. Hickory, dickory, dock. Giving them all that we got. Kicked on the door. Tried to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going harder, taking my chances. I give it moves and I keep advancing. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. Let's go.
All right, welcome back. Mason Washington with a touchdown run to make this a brand new ball game as we're knotted up at 14. Kick down to about the 2-yard line, spinning out of a tackle but not getting to the 20-yard line. That's the return man for Lufkin, CJ Burse, and the Lobos all of a sudden have started to look like they figured it out a little bit.
And here we are here. You're almost at yourself a 2-minute mayday type of situation here to go in this first half. What are you going to see here, and then what are you going to see from this Lufkin offense, and for the defense, what are you going to do to combat that look that they're about to give you?
It was a 4-play, 48-yard drive for Longview. 2 catches on that drive for the sophomore Jaden Herndon. As we said, Mason Washington with his second run, 4 carries, 61 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day for Mason. First down, Lufkin now at the 20. Handoff, that's Keyshawn Waters. Trying to hang on. They ride him down to the ground about the 23-yard line, where it's going to bring up second down and 7. Jaden Woolridge on the tackle.
And I wanted to mention it before the break, but our 2025 version of the kicking game, it looks like this young man's got a stronger leg than anybody we've seen in the last couple of years. That extra point almost hit the B in the Lobos bushes back there.
He definitely boomed it out there, that's for sure.
Second down, now Waters again trying to go right. Gets around a couple defenders. He's going to have a first down as he's still on his feet and rides a defender to the 48-yard line or 45-yard line, where they pick up another first down on an impressive run. Daryl Dolly at the end of that tackle getting him down, but not before a first down and a gain of 22.
We definitely got to corral him and be able to get to him as they go through quick, give the ball right back to him.
Not this time. This time the Lobos have had enough of that, as they stand him up, and that's going to be no gain, maybe even a loss of a little bit. Dolly in on the tackle.
Being Badeau break, being able to get, here goes the timeout here now too as well.
Let's see where they're going to mark this thing. I guess they're going to just put it right back on the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10. Timeout called with 1:56 left to play.
Actually, they're like 4-yard loss.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
They finally did. They left that thing where it was, but it'll be back at the 40-yard line out of the timeout.
Who called the timeout?
Lufkin did, because we've already called 2 timeouts.
I think he just said the 2-minute timeout. Is that a new rule this year?
Did? You know what? I saw that yesterday.
I believe he just said this is the 2-minute timeout.
I saw that yesterday with the Legacy game, and you know the commentators that was calling that game, they was like, did they just say 2-minute timeout?
Because it doesn't make sense for either team to call a timeout here.
You're actually right. So I guess that's something new that's in high school. Hey, you guys are learning it right here with us too as well.
That's what we need, more timeouts, right? If you're on offense, you're thinking, yeah, we want that. If you're on defense, you're thinking, no, I just hit them for a 4-yard loss. I don't want them to catch their breath.
Well, it does give us time to talk about our newest presenting sponsor, Longview Eye Associates. Go see them over on Judson Road if you have any concerns about your vision or need new glasses or just, get bored.
Waters
they got a coffee machine in there.
Waters now 10 carries, 76 yards in this half, as he comes late back out onto the field. Javion Johnson brings him to the line.
Two-back look here.
Yep.
Single high safety look from my end.
They'll flip Coleman out of the backfield, so it's just Waters. They'll fake it to him, throw out to the far side, and that's going to be minimal gain. Coleman on the catch, and we've got a 3rd down and long coming up.
And here comes a battle of chess here. Here we are with our nickel package as we're subbing in, getting one of the down linemen out, bringing a Jessier down to the defensive end to let him blitz. Right now, I think we have 12 out there.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out real fast.
Here we go. But it's 3rd and long. They're not in a hurry to kind of run this play.
Clock running, 120 and counting. 3rd down, about 13. Johnson going to keep this himself. He's not getting away this time. Well, Hampton Williams just stood his ground, and from behind, Tyson Johnson kind of double-teamed him. They'll pick up maybe a yard, and it's 4th down.
And Lobos use their final timeout here to stop the clock, maybe get a box kick, after the kick before this last punt he had. Anything could happen.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, it almost feels like a relief when anyone other than Zero has the football in their hands.
Absolutely right.
And that has been their weapon. Him breaking tackles really resulted in their 2 touchdowns. Lobos just did not do a good job the first couple of series hanging on to him, but they have done better since, although he broke off a long run just a few minutes ago. He seems to be the primary weapon, and a guy who ran for 1,000 yards last year, you kind of get the sense that he's the guy this year.
Not just the sense, it's literally happening. I mean, he's almost, looks a little bit like Maurice Jones-Drew out there.
Yikes, that's a big comparison. I like that.
I had to catch myself.
4th down, DK going back to about the 30-yard line. Camp setting up at his 28. How about a high snap? Could we do one of those?
All you have to do is ask for it.
All right, there. I'm asking for one of those. Noah Walker, deep snapper. How about a high snap? No, it's right on the money.
Oh.
They came after him. This is an end-over-end mess.
You know what? It's a flag.
It's going to hit weird, and the Lobos stay away from it and goes out of bounds.
I'm assuming that's an illegal block. You had one guy blocking low, and there was another cut block. So I'm assuming that's what their penalty is for.
Yeah, I believe I saw Jersey do a full front flip.
There's a flag back at the 33. The ball was knocked out of bounds or downed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So this may be a thing where you're going to make him re-kick this. Let's see. I think that's what they're asking. You want it there and we can step it off, or you want him to re-kick?
I've not seen anything tonight that would suggest he's going to do better than that, so I'd make him kick it again.
Yeah, they're still having
deny it.
Oh, okay.
Oh. They'll take the 15 yards, so they'll move the ball up to near the 40-yard line. And I think that's the thought. I'm not going to get probably much better than the 40. We'll take it there and not risk fumbling. The punt return's the most risky play, it seems, every game. Your guy loses it, you gave up tons of field position, and they're in great shape, and you commit a penalty and you go backward anyway.
Yes,
so
sir.
On this, you'll take it at the 36-yard line, and that's where the Lobos will, with 1:03 left, try to see if Tim Sanders and this new offense can get a quick score.
No timeouts.
4 wides here. Actually, you got the tight end out wide.
Hamilton, first down. It's going to be him keeping it. 45-50. He goes into Lufkin territory at the 49-yard line. Move the chains.
Clock stops on the first down here. It doesn't stop. Starts moving until referee signals and the ball is placed.
15-yard gain for the junior.
Ball at midfield here. You got plenty of time.
He'll go back to pass now. He's got a guy open middle. Didn't see him. Now he'll throw it sideline. Herndon's going to catch it. See if he caught it inbounds at around the 43. And they say he did. So he's good for about 6 yards.
Good positive yard there. Good job there by Trey being able to scramble outside, find his open receiver there, get the ball out of bounds, stop this clock, give you a chance to breathe a little bit. 40-some seconds left, the ball on the 43.
He had an open Jaden Washington around the 35-yard line, just didn't find him. Clock stops at 42 seconds. Second down and about 5. Back to pass. Sees middle. That's caught. That's Washington to the 20-yard line, first down.
Well, he missed Washington on the last play. He finds him net play. Excellent job there by Coach Sanders calling that play up, and here we go with the quick snap.
They pick up 23. They'll throw that one down on the ground to save what's left of the clock with 33 seconds left.
Now you can call whatever play you want to. You got the ball right here inside their own 20 with about 30 seconds left to go.
We should get a free 5 yards here. I don't think they had everybody off the field, and we didn't substitute.
I don't see a flag anywhere.
They're talking about it.
Dre is 5 for 8, 68 yards, got one interception.
Here we go with the call here.
Second down. Well, let's see. White Hat's walking over. Yeah, no foul.
That's the question there.
All right, 3 receivers left for the Lobos. Graves in the backfield. Now I think, trying to get the timeout. Lufkin wants a quick timeout. So they'll burn one with 33 seconds left. Yep. The playbook's open now for Coach Sanders.
This is kind of what we've been waiting to see.
Lobos got down 14-0 in the first quarter. They could go to the locker room up 21-14 if they can get the last 20 yards out of this drive.
And the good thing, too, the defense is starting to slow down a little bit. They're not getting back there. They're not playing fast as they've been playing, causing havoc for most of the first half tonight.
Remember I told you at the end of the first quarter they had 156 yards of offense? Mm-hmm. They've got 186, and we're almost at halftime.
Only
a 30-yard quarter in the second quarter. Lobos now with 210 yards of offense. They had something in the neighborhood of about 80 yards, I believe.
Yes, sir.
So they've put up about a 130-yard quarter. They've held the Panthers to 30.
It's a long ball game, 48 minutes. All you have to do is relax.
Absolutely. And if you can find a way to score here, the game changes dramatically. We get the ball to start the third quarter.
Good point.
Yes, sir.
You want to talk about a 14-point deficit turning into a 14-point potential lead.
Ooh, stop, Frank. You're giving me goosebumps. Keep talking that way.
The Cowboys should have done that yesterday. Your goosebumps are used up all year.
Graves in the backfield. He'll be the lone back along with Trey. Hamilton back to pass. Quick 3 steps. Got a guy. Middle of the field. It's Washington again. They have found that play over and over, and they take a lead of 20-14 as touchdown number 1 through the air for Trey Hamilton. Jaden Washington with his touchdown reception.
If it works the first time, try it again. If it works the second time, keep trying again. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's shame on them. They didn't make any adjustments after the timeout.
And all the former Lomo tight ends watching, thinking the same thing. Where was this a couple years ago, right?
Keaton scolding the Panthers. Point after try, Ayala. Up, good. 21-14, 27 seconds left. Let's take a quick break. We're coming right back for the kickoff here on Game Day.
When Laura vowed to love me in sickness and in health, she wasn't thinking about cancer. But here we are. I'm just grateful my team of experts at Texas Oncology is close by, fighting for me, so I can still start my mornings right here. Hey, I need all of this treatment I can get. I'll see y'all tonight.
House party? We got you covered. Office meeting? Come on, treat them right. Game day? You know we're here for it. Get your taco, nacho, or fajita bar today, only at Juicy's Taco.
How about 5 plays, 64 yards? Lobos have put up 21 unanswered, and with 27 seconds left in the first half, they're on top of this one now, 21-14.
How long did that take to score, Chuck? 30 seconds?
Not many.
I believe it was a 35-second drive.
Yeah, something like that. A drive that was a run by Hamilton and then pass heavy.
And it feels like if you're playing the Lobos and they can do that consistently, it's going to be a real rough time.
High pooching kick that hits at the 15-yard line, and they'll take it out to about the 27 with 24 seconds left.
Now here's the opportunity now. Lufkin, they're in their first adversity now with this new coach here. Now what are you going to do to be able to get your team together? Because now you get 14 quick points, and now you're giving up 21. and you going to give us the ball back at halftime, what type of plays are they going to come out and play right now? They got one timeout left. You know they're going to come away with something trickery, something we hadn't seen yet.
You're on the road. You took your biggest swing possible. Now what do you do when the Lobos get back off the mat? You know what I mean? To show you they can take it.
Yes, well, and I don't know if I'm not Lufkin if I just say we're running to Waters and we'll come back for the second half. I don't want to let this thing get out of control.
I got one play in me.
Maybe.
And from what we've seen tonight, there's a chance he goes for 25 here.
And watch here, he may go on a wheel route.
And instead, they will hand it off. It is Waters who just is a load. He just does not go down to the 44-yard line. That took about 8 seconds, and they'll move the clock with 16, or the chains with 16 seconds.
And there's a player down, and it is Waters. Look like it.
Oh,
he's grabbing his shoulder.
You never want to see that.
Yeah, he's been everything for Lufkin so far this first half. As he's going down, grabbing that shoulder, looks like a tough break that the Lufkin Panthers do not need.
You know, and it just dawned on me, 5 years of doing this, we've not seen a team even attempt to Hail Mary. This feels like a spot we might see our first. Think about it. Not once have we seen the team line up and just chuck it to the end zone.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that.
Well, there's been a lot of time. We got 4 or 5 of the Panther trainers down there with Waters, and they pop him up okay. I don't know if it's his shoulder or if it's his leg. I think they were looking at one of his ankles, to be honest with you. But he's walking on it.
Well, I see him kind of moving that left arm a little
bit. He may have gotten a stinger.
I saw it when he went down. He started kind of grabbing that arm.
Well, he's not going to be on the field for this play anyway, with 16 seconds left. First down, Lufkin.
And they're not in here right now. This is going to probably be the last play.
And here they go. Back to pass, middle of the field, caught. That's Barazza, is fighting out of a tackle, goes out of bounds at the 40 with 2 seconds left.
And you definitely should run a Hail Mary right here, 2 seconds.
Yeah, I can say with complete certainty we'll see our first here.
Yeah, your kicker don't have I'm assuming your kicker don't have a strong enough leg.
Well, it's a guy we've been seeing punting, which is not his strongest part of his game.
There aren't many in the world. It's a 58-yarder.
Yeah, well, the Lobos are going to send as many defenders back as you're comfortable with.
And this is one of those spots that you got to be careful if you're Lufkin, because if KD gets his hands on this ball and there's nothing but offensive linemen down there to try to tackle him, it may be a two touchdown game.
I'll be doing it. Hey, if you see us catch a pick and start seeing us pitching the ball back, I'm going to take credit for that.
I don't want to age you, but it wasn't quite a few years ago on this date. You know, we had a big defensive touchdown.
Keep talking that talk, Greg. I like it.
Yeah. What was it, 6-7 years ago?
Yeah. Well, let's see. Wasn't it a guy who went by KD?
Yeah, KD. That was me. On this day so many years ago, you ever had a big 85-yard touchdown.
How long did it take you to go 85 yards?
About 4 seconds.
How long will it take you today?
About 4 minutes.
I did see some footage of it, but it was just so long ago it was grainy.
Man, I'm sorry, man. I could have it.
It wouldn't go out at 720p, so we couldn't put it on the screen.
I'm sorry.
We're speaking of Keaton Daniels.
Did we have logos on the helmets, or were they just leather?
I was running so fast, you probably couldn't see it.
All right.
On this date, many moons ago, Keaton Daniels set the school record for fumble touchdown return yardage. That's since been broken by several players, but we've been joking with Keaton about it all day. It's a pretty cool thing.
All right, 3 guys back deep around the goal line for Longview. That's DK's back there, TJ Jackson's back there, and Vondarian Adams are back deep.
And I will say all 3 of them have experience carrying the football.
All 3 of them would love to get an interception here to end the half.
Hey, catch it and pitch that thing back.
They're going to stack 2 on each side are the Panthers. So here's Javion Johnson going to throw one you kind of figure toward the end zone. Let's see. Here we go. Nope, they're going to go middle of the field. That's caught by Coleman. He's going to be asked to break tackles, and he can't. He's going to be dropped at about the 13-yard line. And that's actually C.J. Burst with the catch, and that's how the half's going to end.
Excellent job there by just coming up and making a tackle and getting out of this first half.
So Longview gets down 14 in the first quarter. Not a big deal. They put up 21 in a row, and they go to the halftime locker room with a 21-14 lead here in the 88th edition of the Longview-Lufkin rivalry. It is a great American rivalry series. We've got the lead. We've got a timeout. guess who's coming on the field? A couple of outstanding bands are about to entertain you. We'll come back when they're done here on Longview Game Day.
is proud to present your award-winning Panther Pride Drill Team. Officers from left to right are Lieutenant Bailey Clifton, Lieutenant Allie Brown, Lieutenant Carolyn Hicks, and Lieutenant Ava Torres. And in the center are Captain Aria Nunn. Senior Sergeants are Vivi Montez, Amber Revilla, and Hannah Shaw. Stars of the week are Macy Hicks and Racinda Sarmiento. Panther Pride is under the direction of Miss Jonna Conrad. Assistant Director is Miss Haley Carlisle, and JV Drill Director is Miss Debbie Hemphill. Tonight, the award-winning Panther Pride will entertain you with a dazzling palm routine to AHA's popular Take On Me. Peaches, we are who we are. The Lufkin High School majorette sponsor is Miss Kendall Gay. Head majorette is Saudi Sanchez. And now, under the field direction of senior drum majors, Miss Kylie Van and Mr. Mateo Garcia Hernandez, the Panther Band will perform a precision military marching routine to Legacy Fanfare, Chicago World's Fair March, and Symphonians. Please make welcome to the field the spirit of Pantherland, the Lufkin High School Panther Band. and Mr. Caleb Briscoe. Thank you for your courteous attention during tonight's halftime performance, and as always, go Pack!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Longview Independent School District is proud to present to the field in their 61st year the 2025-2026 LHS US. Officers this year left to right are Senior Lieutenant Avery Foreman, Junior Co-Captain Michaela Davis, Junior Lieutenant Jocelyn Mez, Junior Co-Captain Claire Goolsby, and Senior Lieutenant Carissa Wallace. The Vuettes will now entertain you with their ladder routine 2 All-Star. Duet of the Week is Senior Lady Flowers. Spirit Girl of the Week is Junior Camilla Gonzalez. Teacher of the Week is Coach John King. Coach King, the Vuettes know that you are going to absolutely kick cancer. The Vuettes are under the direction of Mrs. Debbie McGowan and assisted by Mrs. Haley Cooper. And now, the 2025 Longview High School Majorettes will perform a dance twirl routine 2, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Ladies and gentlemen, under the field direction of drum majors Etsy Islas, Olivia Shepard, and Ryan Castaneda, the Longview Independent School District proudly presents the award-winning Longview High School Lobo Band. This is the Big Green Marching Machine. your feet as the big green marching machine marches the Rocket-L off the field. The students and directors of the local band would like to thank all parents, community members, and LASD for their continued support this season. We would also like to thank our silver level and higher sponsors for this year. Sory & Hooper LLP, Peter Chevrolet, ABC Auto, Weber Landscape, Raising Canes, Rams Fleet and Body, PCA ESI, Hollow Yorko, Cruise by Bandy LLC, Solis Brothers Excavation, Walmart 4th Street, La Malva Mexican Bakery, Eastman Credit Union, Captain Anonymous, Dr. Ryan Peavy, and Juicy's Taco. Thank you for your kind attention to tonight's performance, and go Lobos!
Well, I'll tell you what, it's time for a little half of football. We had a first half that made us sad and then happy. Let's have a second half that's going to make us happy, happy, happy. 21-14, Lobos on top. Longview with 11 first downs in the first half. Lufkin had 12. 19 carries, 137 yards on the ground for the Panthers. 18 carries, 142 on the ground for the Lobos. We were 6 of 9 throwing the football, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 88 yards. They were 7 of 10 for 109 yards and 1 touchdown. They tacked up about 60 yards of offense the last drive before the half ended. It kind of skewed things when we're playing prevent defense. But the Lobos on third downs were 1 of 3, were 1 of 2 on fourth downs. Panthers are 1 of 6 on third downs, and it's a 21-14 lead with everything you wanted after the first few minutes, if you're a Lobo fan. First few minutes, a little jittery, a little bit trying to figure out this no-huddle offense that Lufkin was running. Little trouble hanging on to the football, not having turnovers. But once that all got settled in, it's exactly how I want it to roll.
That's exactly what you said. The big thing we did was settle in. We settled down. We was able to weather the storm, figure out, calm down, get our second win, figure out what Lufkin was trying to do to us, settle down and play Lobo football, and that is what we did. We reeled off 21 consecutive points to end that first half after giving up 14 points by the Panthers. And here we are with the opportunity to start the second half with the ball to go out there and be able to tack on a little bit more points to our lead here that we have.
Stat leaders in the first half running the football. Lufkin's Kenneth Waters, 11 carries, 93 yards and a touchdown. Mason Washington for the Lobos, 4 carries, 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's complemented by Trey Hamilton, who had 6 carries and 59 yards. Throwing the football, we kind of mentioned Johnson was 7 of 10 for 109 with a touchdown, and Hamilton 6 of 9, 88 yards, touchdown and an interception. Jaden Herndon, 3 receptions for 39 yards. Maybe the surprise, Jaden Washington, 2 catches, 43 yards, and a receiving touchdown. On the other side, CJ Burse had 2 catches for 60 yards. So we're ready to roll. Half number 2 getting set. And let the Panthers kick off to begin the second half. And this one they're going to fire right out of bounds, and we're going to get the ball up around the 35-yard line.
Penalty to start the second half off. Lobos should get the ball about the 40-yard line, 35 or so. But plus yards here to be able to start off this drive here.
And it'll be interesting to see, since we've settled down a little bit, if we start to lean into this new, fast-paced passing offense, or if we go back to Lobo football here and just try to put this thing away on the ground.
Yep, sir.
Either way.
But, hey, we scored spreading the ball out. We scored under the center here. you pick your poison right now. We've been able to play our ball game, play our way here. Offense settled down. Their defensive line stop getting pressure in the backfield. So let's see what we come out with the second half. Let's see what type of second half adjustment Coach Sanders has in his Lobo debut.
All right, they'll place it at the 30-yard line. Trey Hamilton at quarterback. He is joined in the backfield by Mason Washington. First down, how about the ground? Nope. It'll be Hamilton keeping himself. Boy, he just carries a man, then got bent over backward at the end of it after about an 8.5-yard gain, and that's a scary way for that play to end as Trey got bent over backward, and he's going to try to stretch out those legs on a very dangerous tackle on the first carry of the second half.
It's a good thing to see him get back up.
You heard me, that was scary.
After a tough tackle there, grabbing at that legs. Now here he is getting signaling, trying to get this play back. He's bounced back. He's fine.
Maybe a few plays before we see that again.
Yeah. Second down and a yard now.
Man coverage up top.
And it's going to be Hamilton back to pass. He's got rush coming. It's Davis who's got him, and they're not going to let him go. He's going to be sacked all the way back at the 27-yard line. The combination of the ends, Davion Bognay and Jamaria Davis, and Davis has just been a monster today.
Started out with man-to-man coverage, then ended up with the double coverage against Herndon. Trey did not see him open, didn't have the time that he wanted to be able to complete that pass. And that's one thing to watch is when we on third and long, second and long, when we try to throw a pass or throw the ball, how much time is our quarterback going to be able to get? They teed off on him. There was 3 guys in the backfield just waiting to have a dance back there on Trey.
Now the offensive line, Jaden Jackson, Star Shaw, Beckett Cox, Demarion Pickren, and Brady Yoder responsible for protecting him. He's back to pass. Again, here comes pressure. They're setting up a screen, though. This is caught at the 35-yard line, and it looks like first down yardage out near the 40. We'll see where they mark this thing forward.
It looked like
Graves. It's Graves. It is 22. Caden Graves with the catch, and they're going to move the chains as he got to the 41-yard line.
Saw the pressure. They had a safety blitz coming. Perfect play call there by Coach Sanders with the screen on the backside of that blitz. Nothing but room as Caden Graves set up his blocks, made a couple people moves, got in and out, got a first down.
Graves stays in the game in the backfield. As Hamilton's going to hand it to him on first down. He's trying to get wide and will be slung down from behind near the 45-yard line. And then the tackle is linebacker Desmond Hood for the Panthers.
3-yard gain there. Looked like they had the potential to be more. Graves is doing an excellent job trying to get to that outside and utilize his strengths and being able to get him in some space.
We're used to seeing Boosie taking that play all the way to the house. It's hard to replace Boosie Washington. Second down 7. Graves again trying to come left. And nowhere to go as that thing just got shut down and smothered. And how about Hood again? He went from the tackle on the far side to the tackle on the near side. And Graves is going to pick up a couple of yards out to the 47. So it brings up third down. They've got 4 to go.
Long developing play there as he's trying to stretch the defense, get to the outside. Comes away with a good positive yard gain there. Brings up about 3rd and 4.
And he fell on Glave's legs at the end of that play, and he limped off.
Yep. Split out wide is Hobbs. Jordan's going to be man coverage on the far side of the field. Hamilton back to pass. Quick toss. That's caught at the 50-yard line. And across midfield and going down near the 40 is Jaden Washington. And when's the last time tight ends are getting used like this in a Lobo offense?
Well, welcome to Coach Tim Sanders' show. He's showing you a little wrinkle in his arsenal. Tight end quick out to the flat there. Had a post or a quick slant by the number 1 receiver. Gave the tight end the ball real quick, and he was able to cut it up for a first down. Ball close to the 40-yard line.
Keelan Cummins into the game as the fullback as they go back traditional Lobo I. Graves the deep man on first down at the 41-yard line. It'll be Graves as he goes right. Gets a little seam, makes a cut, and he's to the 34, almost the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 7 more.
Excellent block there by your fullback, Cummins, being able to set the block up. Running back did an excellent job there and be able to cut inside. Saw open space there, be able to come away with a big yard gain there on the first down.
Mason checking back into the game on 2nd down and 3. Clock running, 8:10 left to play here in the 3rd.
And I've been calling for it all game. I think it's time for a Jaden Herndon skinny post at some point here this drive.
Play action, perfect time.
2nd down, inside handoff. That's Cummings as he just keeps powering and powering his way down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line as he goes for 11.
That young man right now is running the ball with some sheer aggression and
some frustration.
Yeah, gotta love the way he's toting the load tonight, doing a good job of being able to carry defenders down, almost down inside of the red zone on this excellent first drive for the Lobos tonight.
Stay I formation, 1st down and 10, 23-yard line. It worked once, how about again? Cummings again right up the middle. He'll go for 5 more as he just powers into these Lufkin defenders. Jackson Weeby at the bottom of the pile for the tackle, but it's 5 more yards.
And until they prove they can stop it, just keep feeding the big man.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Continue to keep going with continue to keep dancing with who you brought to the dance.
They'll check Cummings out now as tight end Jaden Washington comes back into the game. Also in there, Jace Peterson, number 5. Peterson's going to split out wide right. Mason in the backfield. 2nd down and 5. He's going to get it, coming left, up the middle, grabbed from behind by Davis, and slung forward to about the 17-yard line, gain of just 1.
Davis is a force tonight. That young man is somebody you just want to run the other direction away from. Gets his hands on you, you're going nowhere.
Yes, sir.
Clock under 6.5. The Lobos have had this ball the entire first 5.5 minutes of this quarter.
Here we go, 3rd down here.
Yep. Cummings back into the game now for Longview.
4-down territory here. Cummings gets you at least half of it here. You got to think you're going for it on 4th.
Mason behind him in the eye. 3rd down. Go to Cummings right up the middle. And Cummings will have a 1st down as he goes inside the 10-yard line, tackled from behind by Davian Bognay, but it'll be 1st and goal for the Lobos.
And you see him leaning into these defenders. He's not going to get tackled going backwards. He's going to bring that load that he brought with him. He's going to fall forward. He's going to continue to keep going forward as he has the ball now inside of the 10.
Bognay checking out. They're going for more size at defensive end.
Here we are, heavy package.
1st and goal from the 9. Cummings again, straight ahead to the 4-yard line. It's taken 4 of them to push him back, but he gains 5 in there.
I love it, man. He's out there since we got to the ball. To about this 50-yard line, he's been taking over, running and giving it to him.
A lot of quiet, still faces on the other side of the field. This is just demoralizing for an opposing defense.
And you have the ball for 7 minutes.
Just fullback dive, 5 yards a pop.
Bognay back in now for the Panthers. Stay with this same formation. Ball at the 4, 2nd and goal. Big package. How about Cummins into the end zone? And it's now 27 unanswered points for the Lobos as Keelan Cummings gets his first score of 2025.
Shout out to my nephew out there looking like he's running like a man on a mission.
Somebody's uncle's real happy up here.
Yeah, man, I'm making me proud, man. I'm happy to see him doing his job, and he's making it look good.
They ran that ball for what is now 4 minutes and 56 seconds left. 7 minutes and 4 seconds of this quarter. Point after by Ayala, up and good. 28-14. Lobos by 2 scores. We'll take a break. We'll come back here on Game Day.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Hickory down, giving them all that we got. Kick on the door, try to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going hard and taking my chances. I keep it moving, I keep advancing. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Let's go.
How about that for a start of a second half? 13 plays, 70 yards, 7 minutes and 4 seconds. And you mentioned the word demoralizing. That's got to be a gut punch for the Lufkin coaches. Kickoff down to the 8-yard line. It's pushed. And the ball comes out. But oh my gosh, that is Lawson Tubb, who introduced himself to CJ Burse.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You talking about a decleater. We got the replay. Oh my goodness.
Young man, you're going to hurt somebody out here.
What a play.
Luckily, Burse gets up without being injured, but man, Lawson Tubb.
Luckily, he didn't get a taunting penalty. You see him stand over there, young man, and say, eat that one.
Man, what a play there by Lawson Tubb there.
Oh, my.
And if you recognize the last name Tubb, he has a sister that's a sophomore that plays libero on the volleyball team right now.
First down, 21-yard line. Javion Johnson going to hand off to Waters. Not this time. First carry going nowhere as he gets pushed back.
And
how about Tubb in there, as well as big defensive tackle Kristen Williams, the 320-pound senior. That goes for no gain, second down and 10.
And Lobo Nation, your third baseman's a linebacker now.
Well, it looks like the water ran dry out for that running back. He wasn't able to come away with nothing on that one.
Coleman in the backfield now on second down and 10. Javion Johnson going to hand off. No way. Not going to make the 20-yard line. They get him again behind the line of scrimmage. You don't think John Barry and that crew was working the halftime?
You talking about second half adjustments. When you don't know what the team going to have, you got to pretty much kind of just line up and just play base and just, to get to the second half. Come away with some second half adjustments, and it's been all the Lobos right now as we have a third and long.
Daryl Dolly on that tackle. Third down and 11 back at the 20.
Excellent opportunity here to get the turnover right now.
Johnson, low snap, back to pass, got time, throwing far side, way over the head of his intended target, Ja'Kavion Sanders. It's fourth down.
Fourth down, brings it up to a quick punt. 3 and out is not the way you want to go after you give after you let the Lobos run nearly 7 minutes off the clock on that first drive. Now you finna give them the ball back, down 2 scores. My goodness, these Lobos is running.
You had the ball for 126 in 3 plays. Punting time, Cooper Camp back at his 5-yard line. It's like DK Carr, low snap, Camp's gonna get it out of there. It's a weird-looking rolling punt. Here it comes. Carter drops it and picks it back up again. Now he's trying to get to the sideline. You got to be kidding me. 35, 30, 25, and out of bounds at the 16-yard line. What fumble.
And I know you've heard this before, Lobo Nation. My man, K.D. Carter.
Hey, when you're living right, you're living right.
Little extracurricular after the play. Davis getting tied up with one of the Lobos. Let's see, that's 65. That's Chaston Reitner.
What's Jabori going to do out there?
He was out there.
Right. He's like, I'm here. You want to play me? I'm here. Chaston Reitner. All right, so they put the ball down at the 15-yard line. A fumbled but picked up and returned punt for Carter.
Feels like we've seen a lot of odd things in the kicking game tonight.
Now the Lobos get an uber short field now. 15 yards away. And how about on first down? We got a flag.
False start there. I think this is our first pre-snap penalty tonight. Just a little excitement there.
Technically, we had an illegal formation, but you're probably right.
Jaden Washington, the guilty party, according to the official.
He's more than done his share tonight, though.
We'll go first down and 15. So back at the 20-yard line, 3:12 left to play in the third. Lobos went down 14-0 in the first quarter. They've been on a 28-point run since then and looking to get some more.
And as the Lobos have picked it up, Haynes King, second rushing touchdown of the night. Georgia Tech has the lead.
Hamilton's got Mason in the backfield. They're back into the pistol. Ball down on the ground again, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Bognay was in on him on a snap. The snap wasn't terrible. I almost think Trey looked up where he was going to go before he had the ball.
I totally agree with you on that.
And for the first time tonight, the headset's off of Coach King.
Now we go 2nd down and 15 back at the 20. .246 and counting. Well, Lobos don't want to waste this good field position. Back to the eye. How about Cummings back in the game? They'll fake it. Hamilton rolling. Got some pressure in and out of his hands. That ball almost intercepted. That thing went through about 3 or 4 players' hands. 2 guys on the Panthers, and I don't know if it wasn't either Hood or Jones that got the first crack at it. And then I think Chance Horace was the second guy, as Hamilton's pass was kind of not way off the mark, but got pinballed around and falls harmlessly incomplete at the end of all that.
And when you see it bounce around like that, you get scared, because a lot of times it don't go in the favor of the offense.
If that last kid ends up with it, it's a different ballgame right now.
It's a 7-point play.
Yep, here's 3 people.
Yep, he was going for Cummings in the flat.
And he got tipped before it got to him.
Yep. All right, so we'll try it again. Back to pass, Hamilton. Got a little time. Throws deep and way over everybody's head back of the end zone, and it'll be 4th down.
And nobody was open, so he just got rid of it, throwing it in the back of the end zone. Not wanting to take a big sack there, knowing that we are in field goal range here as the kicker. We get to see what type of accuracy now he has. We know he has a big leg, but how accurate will he be?
First career field goal attempt's going to be from 37 yards. 38 maybe. Let's see.
Hamilton's the holder, so remember that. And they're going to put this thing down on the 27-ish yard line, so it's a 37-yard kick officially. Snap is there. Kick is on the way. Blocked.
Oh, no.
And the ball's bouncing around, and it'll be downed by the Panthers. It's the problem with the low kick for the distance. You're trying to get a little more distance. You're trying to get some power, and the ball doesn't get up. So they blocked the field goal with 2:08 left to play in the 3rd.
And if we see a replay, you'll see that he had beaten the offensive line so bad there that we could have been kicking with a 60-degree sand wedge, and that was getting blocked.
And that's the thing about Coach King talked about in the pregame show.
I think it hit him in the leg.
Yeah, we just talked about special teams and not being able to seeing these guys come off live, so you don't know really how to contest the speed. But those are things you got to work with.
That was another one close to being picked up and changing the ball game.
Absolutely right.
It's okay.
So the ball will start at the 27-yard line. That's where the Panthers will take over. Empty backfield, Coleman out wide. Pressure coming, throws middle of the field, a little bit high for Burse, and a little bit behind him, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Now we know. Now we're going to see Lufkin have to come do this now. Down by 4 scores with 14 minutes, or 2 scores, I'm sorry. 14 points with 14 minutes left to go in this ball game. You know they're going to throw the ball now. Now's the opportunity for the defense to be able to pin your ears back, play fast, get out to the quarterback, make them make a tough throw, get the ball in the air, and try to go pick it off.
2nd and 10, pressure coming, setting up the screen to Waters.
Good tackle.
And he's not tackled. He spins out of it. It'll take Josiah Hill to come up and make the tackle before he can get to the 1st down. He stopped at about the 33-yard line after a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down and 4.
That young man is climbing up the ranks as one of the slipperiest running backs I've seen us play in the last 5 years.
Slicker than a can of oil, I tell you. He's hard to keep hold of. You got to be able to grab them legs and get him down.
Yeah, they're getting the starting defensive line back in. They gave him a play off, and now they all come back in the game. Woolridge, Dolly, Williams, and Johnson all check in real fast. 3rd down and 4 at the 33-yard line. Back to pass, middle of the field. Oh, there's a little bit of handing in there, but no flag comes down. As good job by Jersey Hampton Williams getting his hand in there on the tight end, Jaden Carter, and it's 4th down.
Excellent job there in coverage. That was a contested throw. Your linebacker with the pass breakup, bringing it to 4th down now. And here comes the punt unit on with the minute and 15 left. to go in this third period.
So two things. This feels like a spot where you got to be looking out for the fake.
For sure.
And I wonder if we see something crazy happen here.
It would look like
we haven't had a clean punt all game.
And this is a bad spot for a fake, too, in my opinion. Because if you don't get it, you're pretty
done.
much saying it's done. Yep.
They're up man, and they're maybe not going to get the snap off. They didn't. Well, they did. They gave it to them. They were on 0 when that ball got snapped. Carter looking for the punt return, and he won't call for a fair catch. That number 6 must have a problem against fair catches.
You took the words out.
Nelson wouldn't do it, and now it's Carter.
You took the words out of my mouth. Something about that 6. You don't fair catch anything.
I tell you what, it must be a legacy thing.
What it is about the 6 is you can't score 6 if you call a fair catch, right? That's what it is.
But you can give up 6 if you drop him when he's right on your grill, too.
He's wearing 6 because he's trying to think about getting 6.
Yeah.
But instead, he got hit sticked.
He ain't lying. Ball's at the 34-yard line. Lobos weather the blocked field goal, and they'll get the ball back 66 yards away with 1:09 left to play here in the third, up 28-14. And back to work goes Trey Hamilton. And on first down, how about a handoff? Not a whole lot. I believe that's Graves back in the game. It is, and he'll get it to the 38-yard line. A little better than I thought as he picks up 4.
Yeah, we came in a too tight situation, 2 tight ends. Kind of knew that we was going to kind of get back to running it out of the gun too as well. And here we go bringing in a new package.
Yeah, they kind of wasted the position earlier on the punt return as Sean Davis checks into the game for the first time I think that I've made note of him. He's going to split out into the slot. Also out, looks like far right, is Anthony Huffman in. So second down and 6. Fake the handoff. Back shoulder. Oh, it's right to Herndon. He was a little bit late turning because he got tied up with the corner, Sam Smith. And now it's going to be third down. That ball was on the money by Hamilton. Herndon just wasn't quite ready.
Got to do a better job there, kind of getting separation. And he's mad at himself there. He knows better. He knows he's better than that.
Yeah, and you can see the borderline elite arm strength that our quarterback has. We hadn't had in a while.
21 seconds left to play in the quarter. Third down and 6. There's now Lufkin getting a late defender off. Graves in the backfield. And Hamilton goes back, setting up a screen. Got it to Graves. He's got 3 blockers. Now he's got 1. He rides him to the 50-yard line and out of bounds with about 12 seconds left in the third quarter.
And the Lufkin coach is screaming for illegal man downfield.
And Graves is showing you what he's capable of when he gets the ball in space. He's showing you that quickness, that patience as well, setting up the blocks, but being able to burst away, get a first down on a big-time third down. The second time he's done that this quarter.
All right, so first down Lobos in Lufkin territory, 49-yard line. And we'll go back to Graves. Now we got a whistle, we got a flag, and we're going to go back 5 yards. Oh, we're going to go forward 5 yards.
I thought I saw with the referee with his hands on his hip to signal offsides.
We will take that, and we will move up 5 yards to the 44-yard line. So 1st and 5 now is the situation. 10 seconds left in the third. Boy, Lobos have had the ball all but a minute and 20 seconds of this quarter. They're going to have almost a 10-minute quarter, time of possession quarter. And back to the ground, they'll go to Graves. Nothing doing that time. We're going to have third down as he loses about a yard. 3rd and 6 coming up, and we'll do that when we start the fourth quarter. 28-14 the score after 3. Back for the last 12 minutes after the break here on Longview Game Day.
I'm attorney Marty Young. When you or your loved ones are involved in a catastrophic accident, hire the law firm with a proven track record.
In the last 25 years, no law firm has achieved our results in and out of the courtroom. You need and want to hire the lawyers who get proven results that insurance companies and corporations know about, that insurance and corporations are afraid of. Don't make the mistake of hiring a law firm who is not feared by the insurance industry. We truly hope you never need us, but if you do, we're here to help.
our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, or visit tsjh.org to find a specialist today.
All right, welcome back to Lobo Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter. We want to tell you one more time how much we appreciate our newest presenting sponsor, Longview Eye Associates, located on 1821 Judson Road here in Longview. Visit longvieweyeassociates.com.
All right, we're back. 28-14. Lobos with a lead. Longview now with 17 first downs. 190 yards rushing, 126 through the air. Lufkin's still stuck on 12 first downs. They had that at halftime. 136 on the ground, 115 through the air.
4 wide here.
Longview now with a 3rd down and 6. Hamilton going to keep this himself, runs by the defensive line, gets into the secondary, and leaps forward to the 32-yard line for a first down as he gains 13.
Was about to hurdle a man, wasn't
it? Yeah, you talk about bigger, faster, stronger, man. Trey just looks good, exploding down the field, just running down the field, making it look very easy, giving us that mobile attack as well as the strong arm that he has.
On the ground now, Hamilton 9 carries, 57 yards. First down, 32. Hobbs out left. Hamilton going to hand off. Mason trying to find his way. Oh, that's actually Cummings trying to find his way to the right corner, and he just got picked off before he got out wide, and there's an injured Panther down, and that's the guy who was out there who kind of slowed that whole play down, and I don't know if he's got a cramping calf, it almost looks like.
First game of the season.
That's man. Davis, too.
You know, dehydration is one of those key factors.
And you would think, well, that's not a factor today. It's not 100 degrees outside. It's very cool, but you can still cramp up on this first day when you have not been out on the field this much since last December.
Absolutely. You're sweating more. Your adrenaline is running more because, you know, you finally here. You finally at this moment where you're playing against the opposition and it's for real. You're gonna have the wear and tear and these cramps here, and that's exactly what he's doing. Is stretching his calf out. But Cummings did an excellent job there. I know Coach Wilson preached about not letting the first person take you down. He spins off, tries to get as much as he could, but it still was a tackle for a loss.
Yeah.
But it could have been much more than that.
Boy, Davis having a hard time getting off the field.
That's a big man.
He's a big guy.
That's a big man.
Yeah. So we'll come back, 2nd down and 11. I've seen a lot of Javier Glave in the game. He hasn't gotten the ball yet, but number 29, who got rolled up on a little bit earlier, apparently is okay because we've seen him check back in, including on this play. So it's 2nd down and long. Mason back in the game. He'll be the tailback next to Hamilton. Trey back to pass, looking for Mason. Catches the ball, but cannot get away completely. Nice job by the corner out there. It's Demario Rodriguez that held on for a while and slowed Mason down to the point where some help could finally come and get him. He goes for about 2 yards, and now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
And here you are now, up 2 scores. You want to play. You want to play. You want this clock to run down. No rush. If you find you a play call that you like, you can still call it here. If you score, you're definitely going to put the ball game away.
Graves back in at tailback. Hamilton back. He's got the wheel route. It was there for a second, and then passes to the middle. That ball not caught as it's dropped around the 25-yard line. Let's see, who is that? Peterson, I think that was.
And here we are going forward. That was Glaves on
Glave, who was the intended target.
Yep. And here we are, 4th down. Here we are going forward because we're kind of in the no man's land right now here.
Yeah, you can't. You'd be trying a 50-yard field goal and punting. You run the risk of it going in the end zone anyway. Cummings checking back in. It'll be Hobbs out left, Herndon's to the right. And on 4th down and 9, back goes Hamilton. He's holding at the line. No call on that yet. Hamilton getting away. Now he'll throw sideline and incomplete as he tried to work the ball back toward his running back, Graves, and incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Lobos were lucky they didn't get called for a hold at the line initially, though.
Definitely got away with the hold call there, but it comes away a mute point as the ball is a turnover on downs. Lufkin gets the ball, needing 2 scores and needing to score pretty quickly.
Last couple of drives for the Lobos just didn't really go anywhere. That one actually had the ball 9 plays, 35 yards, just came up with no points at the end of it, but you ate up some clock, and that's an important part of that. All right, well, the Panthers come back on the field. They really have to score on this possession or this thing starts getting desperate in a hurry.
Sure.
Waters back in the game at tailback. Of course, Javion Johnson is the quarterback. He's got all of his receivers to the right side, although he just flips his tight end. Low snap. He's back to pass. Sets up a little screen. This one blown up immediately.
Oh, boy.
It was caught by number 2. That's Devin Wallace. But that thing got blown up in a hurry. I'm trying to see who's the first one that got there.
Lawson.
It was Lawson.
It was Tubbs, but also 20, I believe. And the initial reaction is you want to say Boosie, but it's James Pierce.
Yes,
who's wearing number 20.
Yeah, welcome to the Lawson Tubbs show. He's putting up a performance right now tonight. I was expecting him to have a big year. He's not
Lost the
disappointed.
ball on the ground. Johnson's got it. Lobos have him. Now it's just a matter of standing him up, and they do. And it's going to bring up 3rd down all the way back at the 29-yard line. So 3rd down and about 14.
Here you go, 3rd and long here. You know we're coming with our nickel package or our lighter package here.
Yeah, the Panthers' offense, after the first 2 drives, really has kind of hit the skids. Again, they picked up 60 cheap yards at the end of the first half. Other than that, this Lobo defense, John Barry's guys got it. They figured it out after a couple of drives, and Lufkin's looked uncomfortable ever since. Long time. Play clock late starting. So he's got time left before they even count this off. Waters in the backfield. And now Wallace will run through the backfield from left to right. Back to pass. Johnson pressure coming from behind. They got him.
Just here.
Sack back at the 25. Hampton Williams with his first of the season. And it's 4th down.
They just can't seem to block that young man off the edge tonight.
He's been relentless tonight, coming off that edge.
We were that close to that ball coming loose as well.
Yeah, made his noise last year. You know,
his turn.
Yeah, at the defensive end. Now he's a full-time starter.
That was one of the big concerns of the linebacking core. And Tubbs showing us something tonight. Hampton Williams, he's got it.
Absolutely.
Somewhere Kason Brooks is smiling.
Here we are in the safe defensive package here, playing all fakes.
High snap. DK back way deep. He's going to wave everyone away from the ball, and it bounces out of bounds. The referee walking his way up, and we'll say out at the 42-yard line. Lobos will take over with exactly 8 minutes left in the game, and they're up by 2 scores.
Kason Brooks was so good, we know exactly where he is watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Hardin University, yes, sir.
And the other one's up at North Texas watching, I presume.
Yeah, Brendan Reese getting ready to play. These guys getting ready to play football on some Saturday nights. Shout out to them young men if they're watching us tonight.
All right, well, this is one of those 8-minute drives if you're the Lobos. Can you pick up 58 yards in 8 minutes and put this thing away?
Last year it was 8 seconds with Boosie.
Yeah, we're not going to be too many 8-second drives this year, I don't think. Cummings and Graves in the backfield. It'll be Graves on 1st down. And he's thrown out of bounds, but there's a flag, 2 flags now coming into this.
Maybe a collar there, a face mask.
We'll see what they do with this as Graves got slung out of bounds at the 44. Oh, my.
Whoa. Defense.
A strange call you don't see very often.
And you know why you cannot take out a lineman.
Yeah, I think we got an injured player down.
Yeah, big man.
11 again. He's on our sideline.
Okay,
they had to come all the way over and get him.
I couldn't tell.
Well, he was crouched over. He couldn't even see him. They're going to have to walk him the long way back across the field now. So they added 15 on. Well, he's actually running pretty well for cramping up like he is. I'll be honest. That's how Keaton looks now, trying to run the fumble recovery back.
That is a big young man. Been giving the Lobos problems all night.
I know it. That's a big load there.
So 15-yard penalty on the defense. And this will go all the way up to the 41 of Lufkin, where it's going to be a first down. So first down, 10, 41-yard line. Lobos back to the eye, back to Graves, picking his way, and then kind of springboards to the 40. Gain of a yard, second down and 9 coming up. Next week, it's Marshall coming in as the Mavericks renew the longest rivalry that the Lobos have. Longview's been dominating this rivalry for a while, including last season when we kind of mopped the floor with the Mavericks in the second half of the game.
And these Mavericks are they're not just a pushover. They are a tough team here.
With that being a home game, I can finally commit to for sure getting it on air.
On second down, Hamilton rolling left. He's got a man. There it is, Cummings with the catch at the 40, the 30, the 25. Here comes a flag at the 25-yard line. This is going to end a second flag. So they had everything going right. And if Keelan had gone out of bounds at the 30-yard line, we'd had a first down, nothing. But he went for more, and then he got called up on a block.
And I don't blame him there. It was wide open, nothing but grass there. And I think that's a bad call there. I'm looking at the replay.
Yep.
Herndon had his hands inside of him.
Well, we got to do it. Somebody needs their eyes checked. Longview Eye Associates. First one tonight.
Ooh, that ain't right. I'm just saying. All right, so it
talking about Keaton needs his eyes checked.
Yeah.
He's the one that said he didn't see a hole. I saw one.
You got to fight to get off that block.
Okay, so this is actually going to end.
It's a spot foul.
Yeah,
so.
it's actually going to be okay for the Lobos. They're going to mark this thing.
They're not ready yet.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I thought they were putting this thing out where it was minus the yardage, and I think they are, but it's not a first down because they moved it back. So it ends up becoming a 5-yard gain after all that. And now we got second down and 5 left. If any of that makes any sense.
And the referee is signaling. There he goes. Too much time went off the clock.
Yep. So went forward 15, came back 10. We pick up 5 on the whole thing, and we've got second down and 5 coming up. It makes sense. And they're still trying to get all things right.
I'm just waiting on that play action boot, that drag across the field here from your star receiver.
Mason in the backfield. It's handoff up the middle to Keelan, who goes for about a yard. Now it's 3rd and 4.
And again, it's 4-down territory here. This part of the field for the Lobos. You got no business kicking 45-yarders. Week 1, protecting a 2-score lead here.
But if you need to work on that special teams, you could use it.
Yeah. Sure. I think the game's a little too close to risk getting the ball over here at the 40.
Absolutely right.
3rd and 4 coming up. Ball at the 34-yard line. Herndon in the slot this time. Peterson's wide right. Hamilton going to run the option. He's going to keep it. He's got the first down as he backs his way across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. As Herndon's getting a little chippy on the other side, unhappy with, I think, Chance Horace. It'll be first down with 6 minutes left.
Lobos ticking the ball down the field, doing an excellent job there on that 3rd down. And Trey on his options, man, he's been making the right reads. He's been running, doing an excellent job tonight on the ground.
So first down Lobos, 24-yard line. And they'll hand up the middle. Power across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Cummings again on the carry. Well, this offense loves the fullback.
And he's he's definitely wearing them down for sure.
Fullback feels like the most underappreciated guy on any roster until you need him.
Yes, sir.
Second down and 5, same setup. Mason deep, looking for touchdown number 3. And looks like we're going to have a timeout. Lobos will burn a timeout with 5 minutes and 2 seconds left to play. Season opener finally got here. It's been a long time, it feels like, since a very bad taste state semifinal loss to South Lake Carroll back in December.
And it makes you feel good. It makes the wait. I mean, the wait is overdue, but it makes you feel good to finally get some football back and play the way that we expect us to play. It didn't start out that way, but we settled down, and then it's been all about the Lobos after that.
If things keep going this way, Keaton, Coach might pass you up for a post-game interview and go watch overtime.
Well, Georgia Tech is definitely driving.
Yeah,
but
you may have to show him the game on your phone before you record it.
I know he probably don't want to see it until afterwards.
He's TiVo'd it.
Yes, sir.
He'll be watching it at home.
He's not going to miss
I say
this
that.
game.
I wonder if he know how to use TiVo.
Oh yeah,
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
He's not going to miss this at all.
If he doesn't, somebody does. All he's got to do is make a call.
Carthage 21, Kilgore 10.
I actually thought I was actually thinking Kilgore was going to pull it out tonight.
On second down, how about more Cummings? Holy cow. As he is close to a first down. Let's see where they're going to put him. He needed to get to the 13, and he's about 2 yards shy. We'll have a 3rd and 2 coming up.
If you recall week 3 last year, maybe it was week 4, Rustin was here in kind of the same situation. We were banged up front, but we just, this time of game, down 2 scores, we couldn't stop the fullback dive, and it was, we were feeling what Lufkin's feeling now.
Absolutely.
Just beaten down by it.
Marshall, we see next week. They're down by 7. There's another hand up inside, close to the first down. Marshall is trailing Tyler, 42-35.
And we spot him a foot short.
A lot of points there in that game there, Chuck.
Yeah.
Here we are, 4th down. Here we lining right back up at it.
These Tyler teams can score. 42 from Tyler High, 43 from Legacy last night. And they lost to Texas High. Hamilton going forward on the quarterback keeper. They haven't said move the change yet.
And referee on the far side is signaling first down here. Under 4 minutes left to go. This is a 4-minute drill where you basically just taking as much time as you can off the clock here. The ball game is pretty much out of reach here. As these Lobos are pitching a shutout so far this second half, or really the last 2 quarters as well.
Well, second quarter, half of the first quarter.
Absolutely.
It's been about 3.5 quarters. Oh! And we lost our LED lights.
Uh-oh.
The brand new lights.
That's the wrong time for them to go out. We haven't scored yet.
The brand new lights went off.
And everybody's pulling their cell phones out.
Oh, that's really cool. I wish we had a view of that.
This is pretty cool. Both sides of the stadium is having fun with it.
The brand new lights we got here at Lobo Stadium, and either somebody hit the wrong switch, or someone
game review of it,
or someone anticipated.
That's cool.
That we were going to end up scoring.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Well, we haven't
Somebody hit the wrong button.
We haven't had everything, but it was pretty close to everything. And I got to be honest with you, those lights came up pretty fast. That's not bad.
Those lights aren't cheap.
The old lights, we'd be in the locker room waiting for them.
You need a good 20, 30 minutes before they come back
crank them up.
So first down Lobos.
Bond money well spent.
You know what? They score here. They can turn the lights off on Lufkin anyway.
I want to see it, man. That's what we paid for. So I want to see those lights going off.
Cummings and Washington in the backfield. First down. Mason up the middle, skipping his way across the 10, down to about the 8. or it'll be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 inside of the 10. You have room left for a first down before you actually score a touchdown.
Washington now with 6 carries, 67 yards. Trey's leading the team, 11 for 70 yards. Keelan with 13 carries, 58 yards. Graves, 11 carries, 40 yards. That's 107 and 128. So doing the quick math, we're talking about
235.
How about touchdown Lobos? We'll get one more, we'll add to it.
How about that? Excellent job there by Keelan Cummins. Scoring his 2nd touchdown tonight. Getting hit, but he's not going to be denied as he is busting through that line.
Just dragging the whole defense in the zone, man.
First start of this year, being able to make some noise there. Excellent job there by him and these Lobos tonight. Love to see it.
240 yards on the ground for Longview. 4 rushing touchdowns. Another block. This one the point after blocked, and they're going to scoop this one up, and this is going to be 2 points going the other way.
We'll see. Cummings.
No, it's Mason. I don't know if Mason can catch him. I don't think so. That last little block is going to allow a 2-pointer the other way. It'll end what had been 3.5 quarters of no points for the Panthers, but they'll pick up 2 on the blocked point after.
You just asked, is there anything else we could see tonight we haven't seen, and boy, did we.
That is number 6, Sam Smith, with the 95-yard 2-point conversion, recovery, and score. Keaton's heading down to the field. We'll see him next week up here against Marshall. And the Lobos with a weird lead now, 34-16, with 2:44 left to play. Quick timeout. Yes, Frank? We'll come right back here on Game Day.
When Laura vowed to love me, in sickness and in health, she wasn't thinking about cancer. But here we are. I'm just grateful my team of experts at Texas Oncology is close by, fighting for me, so I can still start my mornings right here. Hey, I need all of this treatment I can get. I'll see y'all tonight.
All right, welcome back. 10 plays, 58 yards. How about the Lobos this half? 13 plays, 70 yards. 9 plays, 35 yards. They didn't score on that second one. And now 10 plays, 58 yards for a 34-16 lead. Ball goes out of bounds at the 4, but it was, I believe, touched by one of the return men. So Lufkin's going to have to start back at their 4-yard line.
Wouldn't it be something if we got those 2 points back right here?
Yikes. Mental mistake there. 2:42 left. Lobos now with 22 first downs, 383 yards of offense. 12 first downs still for Lufkin. 244 yards of offense. And it's first down at the 4. Javion Johnson has a long way to go. Low snap. He's back to pass in his end zone. In some trouble. Gets away and gets ball loose. Ball up in the air and still loose. And now there's like 20 guys trying to fall on it. And let's see if they're going to say Lobo ball or not.
I'm fairly certain it is.
Yeah. We're going to have to look at the replay to figure out what in the world happened there, because Johnson ran forward, got hit, and the ball got popped out from behind.
Let's see if we can
trying to figure out who came up with it.
It was 65 forced the fumble.
And then up in the air as Jersey tried to come down with it and score. He could not. And
I think it was Carter that was closest to it.
We lost the replay before we could get the end of it. It's Jason Wrighton who popped that thing out from behind. So the Lobos get it back at the 9-yard line.
Well, let's
so
see
then there's that.
Which one of our backs ends up with touchdown number 3 tonight? It's Frazier. First look. Second look.
Cummings and Frazier. How about nope, it's
big boy.
Yeah, down to the 1 yard line.
We talked about him a little bit early in the pregame and on the broadcast. That's a kid that moved in last year, was injured all summer and spring. Came to the scrimmage at Texas High and took a couple to the house, and we're interested to see him. He grew a couple inches.
He had one carry in the first half and got blown up in the backfield. Hadn't seen the game since. Now with 2 minutes left to play, he put it right on the doorstep, and we're going to have another timeout, looks like. Lobos are going to burn their second timeout with 1:58 left to play.
And it's you don't want to run the score up per se, but you also need to work on your goal line package. This is something that you're going to have to get better with the rest of the way, breaking a new offensive line.
I don't know. Do you take the knee here twice or 3 times and give it back over to Lufkin? It feels like, and I know John King's not trying to run it up, and I know he likes Coach Absek. I get that. I just don't know, though, that you're right. We're playing for getting better during the year. This isn't 70-7. It's 34-16. They just blocked the point after and scored 2 points. They haven't quit playing. I don't know that he's brought in his backup tailback, if you will, and given him a chance to score. I don't know. We'll see. I would think you just keep handing the ball up the middle. And yes, we still do have Frazier in the game. 2 minutes exactly to play here.
And no Cummings, so.
Yep, new fullback in the game. That is Brandon Cavazos, number 34, will be the lead block on this if they go up the middle. And Hamilton drops the ball, then hands it to Frazier, who does get in the end zone. And the Lobos pick up 6 more to make it 40-16.
And another first career touchdown for Lobo. McCaden Frazier on the board officially.
Yeah, the fumble after the kind of ill-advised job of touching that ball before it went out of bounds by the kick returners for Lufkin just gave the Lobos an extra 6 points.
Yeah, that's something they're probably going to work on. That's 2 or 3 times tonight they've fumbled in a heavy package.
Ayala for the point after try. He's had one block. This one he pops through. 41-16 the score. 1:54 left in the game. Quick timeout will come back here on Longview Game Day.
Our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, or visit tsjh.org to find a...
You have cancer. Sure wasn't expecting that. My team at Texas Oncology understands that my family is a huge part of my treatment plan. I'll see you in the morning.
(41-16) Longview with the lead. Chuck Zach, Frank Sides. Keaton Daniels has headed down to the field where he's, I'm assuming, going to grab on to Coach John King after this game. Looks like the Lobos are going to win the 88th edition of this rivalry. He will improve his record against Lufkin to 17-7. And the Lobos will lead the series 47-37 with 4 ties in there. And this will be win number 9 in a row over Lufkin for the Lobos. This is how Lufkin started the year last season, 0-1 after losing to Longview, and went 10-0 after that until the playoffs. This is barely going to get into the end zone. It'll come out to the 25, and that's where Lufkin's going to take over with 1:54 left to play.
Yeah, this one feels a little different than last year's. You could leave there with a moral victory. I'm not sure you could say the same thing about tonight.
Well, and we were talking before we came back on the air. We were all a little nervous at 14-0. We had a fumble. We had an interception. It took them 6 plays to score 14 points. But the drive that followed that, Longview came back, and with the drive after the second touchdown, We went 5 plays, 69 yards, and scored. And from that point on, this game turned over. And the Lobos finally started to lock in, get comfortable. And in this end of the second quarter, beginning of the third quarter, had 2 drives in the end of the second quarter. Opened the third quarter with a 70-play drive that took off about 7-8 minutes of the quarter. And that's pretty much been the game. Johnson back to pass now. He'll dump one out. Caught by Coleman, who will run through defenders and finally drag one down across the 50 to the 48-yard line. That's Trevion Nightingale with the tackle at the 46-yard line.
Did you say this is 9 in a row versus Lufkin?
Yeah. If I did my math right. I'm okay. I'm under 10. Once we get under 10, I'm in trouble, or over 10. Then we're going to socks and shoes off. Johnson back, pressure coming, middle of the field, in and out of the hands of the outstretched target. It's number 7, Caleb Barraza, the intended target.
Is he signaling roughing the passer? I didn't see anything back there. He is.
Yeah, that's going to be called against Philip Hamilton. So they'll tack the penalty onto that and give Lufkin a first down at the 41-yard line.
And as this
31-yard line.
as this one winds down, we want to thank everybody for their support, viewership, and can't do it without you.
There he goes back to pass. Oh, I'll tell you what, pretty impressive play. The guy that just got called for roughing the passer, Philip Hamilton, managed to fight off a blocker, get that right hand up or left hand up, and managed to deflect that ball and cause the incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10 at the 31-yard line. And we're down to a minute 13. Lufkin trying to tack one more on. Kenneth Waters, back in the game. They're going to look to throw his way. Caught at the 35, and he's dropped at the 30, maybe the 29-yard line. Coming up fast to get involved in that tackle was that Nightingale again? Who was that?
I'm trying to see. Get a lot of
there are a bunch of new guys in the game right now.
I believe 24, maybe?
Yeah, it would be Parker Meacham, but that's probably not. I don't know if he's listed as a tight end.
No, it's definitely not that.
So it's third down and 9. Johnson going far side, high, in and out of the hands, and probably, in fact, let's say definitely should have been intercepted. That's Caden Dixon, the senior, who may have just timed that jump a little bit off. But he had an interception in his mitts and couldn't hang on to it. So it's fourth down and 9. .32 seconds left to play. Johnson back. Looking, throws in and out of the hands again, incomplete. That was Waters that dropped that ball. And now the Lobos will take over and get to kneel down a couple times to end this.
Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hopefully you guys were civil in the comment section, because there's over 1,000 of them I'm going to have to filter through tonight and see if I have to delete anything. But we're pretty good about it, Lobo Nation.
Lobos finished with 23 first downs, 45 carries, 249 yards on the ground, 11 for 19 throwing the ball for Trey Hamilton for 143 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Panthers 14 first downs, 136 on the ground, 143 through the air. They were 11 of 21. They threw 1 touchdown and no interceptions. And how about another handoff to Mr. Frazier, who's just going to carry people with him to the 38-yard line, 37-yard line, where it's going to bring up second down, and we will probably run a second down play. Well, the Lobos trailed early, but they win going away late, outscoring Lufkin 41-2 since midway through the first quarter. And just like that, what looked like a close game isn't close at all. Lufkin with a dominating 3.5 quarter performance. They go to 1-0. And any nerves you may have had if you're a Longview Lobo fan, at least for this week, you got to put away, because this is a pretty good-looking football team for week 1.
Absolutely. We knew the defense was going to be a strength. We also knew that the break did a bunch of new starters. We also knew that they haven't seen much from the Lufkin offense, so it started almost exactly the way that we envisioned it might, and boy, did they answer.
Yeah, how about this? Your 4 main ball carriers had 70, 67, 66, and 40. That's 240 yards just about of rushing. We knew Boosie was gone. How are you going to replace him? This is like Billy Ball. I can't replace the guys I lost like Jason Giambi, but I can find a bunch of guys that can do what he does in parts. We found them. Hamilton, Washington, Cummings, and Graves for 240 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground today. That's Boosie-like numbers. It just took 4 of them to do it, and we'll take that.
Absolutely, and it almost feels a tad more depressing on the other side of things if it's done that way instead of the big, long home runs, because you just have to sit back and take it.
And nobody had to carry the ball a bunch. Cummings led the way with 14 carries. Graves and Hamilton, 11 each. Mason Washington only touched the ball 6 times on the ground. He was your starting tailback. You just didn't have to work him that hard. He averaged 11 yards a carry. And again, the Lobos win this thing going away, 41-16. Hamilton 11 of 19, 143. He threw 3 complete to Jaden Washington. Again, we've got a tight end, and we'll throw to him. 55 yards and a touchdown. Herndon had 3 for 39. Graves 2 for 26. Cummins had 1 for 15. Mason had 2 catches for 8 yards. And the final numbers on the other side for Lufkin. Kenneth Waters, as great as his start was, 12 carries, 93 yards. He didn't hit the 100-yard mark. Wow. 1 touchdown today.
And if you're still watching us, with a minute to go, Haynes King rips off a 45-yard touchdown to take the lead for Georgia Tech in Colorado. We will end this thing shortly, so you can check in on that. But, man, what an opener.
Great
what
start.
A night. Weather perfect.
Great start to the season. A cool night here in Longview. Lufkin made the trip up here. New coach, thinking maybe they got a different thing going on. Same result. Different thing maybe. Same result for the Lobos.
And I got to say, you've got to love what you see out of your junior quarterback as well. When he had time, when he had time, he was on time with the passes, fairly accurate. And man, when he took off and ran with it, Chuck, you just load. It's going to be a fun year.
He threw a bad pass in the first quarter, got picked off. He didn't throw another bad pass the rest of the game. And I like the fact, and we're making mention of it, they found something in the slot. They liked using the tight end there. They threw 2 or 3 balls in that direction. It resulted in a score. Eventually, things are going to open up more for Jaden Herndon on the outside, but tonight it was about pounding the ground and kind of imposing your will. And you got to have a new identity. You don't have the same guy you've had before. You got a new offensive coordinator. We all kind of came out thinking, we're going to throw the ball around 40 times a game. We talked about in the pregame. No, we threw it 19.
Yes, and he'll have his nights, but it was pretty clear from Jump Street that Lufkin was not going to let Jaden Herndon beat them tonight.
It's all right.
Didn't need to.
Didn't need to. Good-looking first game. Tell you what, it's good seeing you again. Great being with you guys again here on game day, and we'll take a week off.
We'll come back. This here.
We'll come back next week. We'll do this again. Marshall Mavericks are coming in. They're still playing with Tyler High, so I don't know what the score is over there, but we'll be keeping an eye on them and getting ready to prep for the longest rivalry that the Lobos have next Friday night, 7:30 kickoff right here. It's homecoming next week. So bring your homecoming gear. They're going to have all kinds of pregame festivities, including crowning a queen. We'll do all that next week. You've been watching Longview Game Day.
We love having you on watching us, folks, but we'd rather you be here, right? This place, there's nothing like this place on a Friday night. Make arrangements to be here next week, please.
Why not do both?
Exactly. You
Bring
can
your
listen
phone,
to
you
Chuck
can
Zach
watch
in your
it
ear.
while you're watching it here in the stands. We're done.